Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
And here we go on a Friday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning, right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course our fearless leader and producer Mark the Shark. He's out, got some PTO to burn. We got our man Bodie Wells looking great behind the glass in his Notre Dame Fighting Irish sweatshirt. Bob, happy Friday, buddy. We made it.
We did make it. Made it through a rough week.
You right over there?
Yeah, well, I dropped a cough drop on the ground. I was picking it up. I got a hole in my pocket. This coat that I'm wearing, Beam.
A literal hole in your pocket?
I literally do.
Okay.
That's for real. And I didn't notice it until I was starting to lose these little cough drops. They'd fall out. I mean, it's a small hole. Only cough drops falling through it. But my wife got me this coat Christmas 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's a nice North Face.
It is. It looks good. It's like I say I wear it in here and I wear it to work out. Like I wash it probably once every 2 months.
Yeah.
It's one of the North Face
It's your safety blanket.
Fleeces, and people are like, Nicole Cox at Rooster's Chicken. Let me get you a nice Roosters.
I don't want a new one.
Nice Roosters coat. I go, but I like this coat. It's one day it will the pockets will probably be completely gone, and that'll be a problem because I enjoy putting things in the pockets. But yeah, there'll be a time and a place for that. But right now, I'm like, I enjoy it. I enjoy what it provides. Yeah, I've started to lose some cough drops and maybe. Man, did I forget my headphones? Oh, here they are.
You're on.
I was worried my AirPods
okay.
to work out with. I was worried those may have fallen out then too. Which
that's a bigger
it's slightly a bigger deal. Yeah, that would have been a bigger deal. I may have to start reassessing. I think the pothole's only in the right pocket, so I could just start transitioning the smaller items to the left. But we'll have to evaluate that.
Carry a satchel with you. Like Galifianakis in The Hangover.
I have a bag here, a merch.
Yeah,
I'm
not a purse; it's a satchel.
I'm not a jewelry guy, Beam, as it is. So, you think I'm gonna wear a satchel?
That's not a piece of jewelry. That's an accessory.
I'm not a flare guy.
No,
just jewelry is part of the flare. Not a big flare guy. I mean, I've got watches and different things. Like I have to force myself. I wear my Apple Watch every day, but I have to force myself to put the other stuff on, like on the weekend.
Yeah,
my wife bought me a nice watch. Like if I don't wear it now. It's just going to be it's a museum piece. It sits like Doctor Strange.
Collects dust.
Doctor Strange, looking at it through some glass. So I needed some of that, and I'm glad Bodie's got that. My son Cullen had his Notre Dame hoodie on yesterday. We got to talk to your boy M. Free on Friday, Bodie. Or not Friday, today's Friday. On Wednesday on SiriusXM talking about their recruiting class and getting a home game in Notre Dame. And
good up there.
Yeah.
Won 10 in a row. Might as well just win 4 more.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We're feeling chesty now.
Oh, no. Not chesty. I'm just saying. We've already won 10 in a row.
What's amazing is I'd like to go back.
You don't come this far to just come this far.
Yeah,
exactly.
We didn't come this far to just come this far. You know what I love about this is, and now that we're 6 days removed from the devastating loss to Michigan.
Yeah.
And like I said, you're allowed to feel however you want to feel.
Mm-hmm.
And if people feel like Ryan Day should be fired, okay. I mean, I can understand that. That's a real feeling. And there's a lot of emotional devastation from what happened. And that's tough. And it doesn't feel good at all. But then they're like, we'll replace him. And then I see the list of guys like Urban Meyer who came out and shot that down. He was never coming back to begin with. I could have told you. And honestly, I don't think that he would have been nearly as good this time around as he would have been the first.
Game's changed. Game's gone.
Game has changed a lot. It's the same reason Nick Saban got out. And they're like, well, he's younger and everything. No, the guys coach a certain way. I don't want to have to change that. Mike Vrabel, who Albert Breer shot that down yesterday. Mike is not a sentimental guy.
We're going to talk about that in our first segment off the show today.
Perfect. We got that in there. And then also...
Don't you dare say that name, Bob.
No. People goes, throw a sack of cash at Freeman. I'm like, dude, 4 weeks into the season, people up there like, he's...
4. I think it was 2.
Well, yes.
Even better.
But after that, 3, 2.5. After that loss to Northern Illinois, we won, we beat A&M, we're the best. Oh, Freeman loses games we shouldn't. Marshall, Stanford.
Not this guy.
No,
this guy right here never stopped believing in my coach.
December Marcus is built different.
And I'm like, they were ready to just move on from him.
Yeah, a lot of pressure.
And then all of a sudden you go, oh, they better make a playoff. And then it's like, you better get a home game. I talked to a guy up there who covers them, weekly. And I was like, what, when they're playing Florida State? And it's like, well, what's the expectation? Well, people are starting to come around. They need to beat Army and Navy. And they win out, I think he'll be good, but they need to get a home playoff game and
Well, they did that.
and probably win it. And now you're forgetting to probably win it until they don't.
Let's just get in
So now, yes.
and
it's-
host.
Get in and host, which is a big deal. And they're playing as good as anybody. This is the highest they've been ranked in a while, Bodie. I mean,
2020, yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's and this is probably the best they're playing. Now, they still can't really throw the football that well.
That's all right. I've been saying since week 1, just run the triple option. Baby.
That's what they
Bring
basically
back Lou Holtz.
Well, they're basically running like the option out of the spread.
Yeah.
Great.
And they throw it a little bit, but Denbrock and Leonard are like on the same page, and Denbrock's a really good coordinator, and they finally get it all together. But I say all that to say, like, he was on life support then, and I love him. Marcus is a good friend. I'm up there talking to him for an hour and a half, and it's like, we got to win, we got to do this, and I feel like we're in a good spot. But, I mean, like, everybody, especially college football this year, I mean, it's flawed. There's wins. There's a lot. I don't know a great team. There's nobody that I think is.
Everyone's got an albatross, it seems, other than Oregon.
Other than Oregon.
How's
like,
LSU doing this year?
Yeah, great.
Oh.
They're doing
yeah,
fantastic.
believe me, it's
Bummer.
their family's good.
They are.
Family's doing well.
We'll get into that a little bit more coming up in our next segment. Urban squashing the rumors. I'm using actual air
From the
quotes of him
Urban
coming back
Dictionary.
to Ohio State. We got a great show lined up for you. Lee Sterling, 6:33. He's going to join the program. We'll preview all things college football, NFL this weekend from a wagering perspective. 7:33. Austin Ward and AJ Hawk. He's going to talk some holistic medicine with us coming up here at 8:33. Before we hop into anything else today, it is Friday. It's the 6th day of December 2024. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
Real robust day today, Bob.
Oh, it's very exciting to be able to get this done, Beam, and have a nice little Today in History today. It is December 6th. It is the birthday of my brother George.
Happy birthday, Georgie.
41, 39. He is turning 36 today.
Okay.
Getting up there, Beam.
Yeah.
Getting up there. And since we're not going to be in here tomorrow, December 7th, is a very big day as well. It was
Yes, it is.
defined by FDR as a day that will live in infamy as we commemorate it was really the launch point of us entering World War II and Pearl Harbor Day and all the folks that lost their lives in service to our country. But it also is the 341st day.
Oh.
25 days remaining in this 2024. This date's 1790. Congress moves from New York City to Philadelphia until they get to their permanent home in D.C. And speaking of D.C., 1884, the Washington Monument is officially completed.
Thing's awesome.
Oh, it looks great. That giant cylindrical shaft just being reflected in the pool.
Obelisk, I believe.
Absolutely. I think phallic is another word people
true.
look at
Yep.
and describe it. This date, 1977. One of the great bangers of its generation, still good today. Running on Empty is released by Jackson Brown.
What a great song.
Is it possible to listen to that song and not envision Forrest Gump just running?
Or shake your head, bob your head.
Absolutely.
You and I were both doing it.
100%. It's a great one. This day, 1992, Jerry Rice catches his 101st touchdown reception in a 27-3 victory over Miami, setting what was then the NFL record, which he continued to expand.
3rd and goal from the 12. The brilliant wide receiver from Mississippi Valley State. He's out to the left. There it is, 101. And this is the result. By himself, 101 touchdown catches. His greatness never in doubt. From the time Bill Walsh first saw highlight films of him at Mississippi Valley State.
Here's a trivia question for you guys. Do you know the active leader in NFL touchdowns right now? Currently with 101.
The active leader in NFL touchdown receptions, someone that's older, playing well.
Devontae Adams?
Devontae Adams, Bodie, has 98. He is 13th all-time on the list.
He's older. D-Hop?
No. It's a guy who is just so unheralded. And we just forget that he is one of the best receivers of all time.
Evidently.
Mike Evans.
Oh,
Mike Evans.
yeah. Well, he's not active presently.
Yeah, he's going. He's up.
Is he playing this weekend?
Yeah, I think so.
He's back?
I think so.
He played last week?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
See, exactly my point.
Plays in Tampa. That's part of the problem. And then this day, the same day, 32 years ago today, Barry Bonds, everybody's favorite. He's still mine, even though he's a jerk and he took steroids. He's still the best hitter of all time. Well, best slugger of all time. Barry Bonds signing a 6-year, $43.75 million deal with the San Francisco Giants, the highest at the time.
Yeah, good news for Giant fans. Baseball's richest contract handed out. National League most valuable player, Barry Bonds, agreed to a 6-year contract with the Giants worth in excess of $43 million. The Cubs and the Yankees were also interested in the free agent outfielder. The Yanks making the only other actual offer, a 5-year offer worth $36 million. But Bonds goes to the Giants, where his father Bobby once played and where he is expected to become San Francisco's new hitting coach with new manager Dusty Baker. ESPN has also learned that Barry will wear number 24 in San Francisco. That number, of course, retired in honor of Willie Mays. Mays is Barry's godfather and agreed to allow him to wear the number, with the number being retired once Barry is finished with it.
It's pretty big. I mean, if your godfather's Willie Mays, man, it's probably the one way they open that back up for you. And Slick Willie would let that happen. Some birthdays today. The greatest quarterback in Browns history, Otto Graham, 6-time champion, 5-time MVP, and Hall of Famer, born on this day, 1921.
51 was my rookie season, and we lost the first game, but then we won 11 in a row, and Otto was the catalyst. He made the plays to help us win all those games.
The Browns will be counting heavily on the capable right arm of Otto Graham. Otto Graham, for 9 seasons, was quite part of the Cleveland team.
Otto was a guy that had great athletic ability. He was a running back at Northwestern. Paul Brown made him into a quarterback. You know, when the pass broke down and he didn't have anybody open, he could always take off and run with it and be a great runner with the ball. And then along with that, you know, was just a prolific passer, a guy that was uncanny as far as his accuracy throwing the ball.
Sharks guy.
Oh, yeah, the best all time to do it. Turning 72 today, Craig Newmark, the founder of Craigslist. Shark is taking the day off to celebrate that, because where else would he find the back pages?
Right.
He needed those. Bodie knows what I'm talking about. Robbie Gould, Bears legend, turning 42 years young today. The second greatest quarterback in Browns history.
I didn't know where you were going with the first one.
Because the second greatest, they shared a birthday. That homeless guy knew exactly what he was talking about when he told Jimmy Haslam. Draft Johnny Manziel.
And to the winner, relish the knowledge that you will become a member of the most elite athletic fraternity in the world. That your name will forever be associated with the legacy of being a Heisman Trophy winner. And now, the 2012 winner of the Heisman Memorial Trophy is Johnny Manziel.
Way to go, Johnny.
The guy who finished in second that year should have won, if you ask me.
Is that Manti?
That's right.
Come on, man.
He had 7 picks as a middle linebacker, Bob. Come on.
I don't care.
That doesn't happen. That just don't happen.
He also had an imaginary girlfriend.
You know what? If they all played like him, I wish they all had one.
They weren't imaginary. They were real.
He was a real person.
It was a real person.
Not a woman.
Lene Kukua is not a real person.
A lot of people forget.
True. That's accurate.
That his grandma did die, though, too. There was 2 parts to that story.
Is Puka Nacua related to Lene Kukua?
Yeah,
is that her brother?
I think.
I think so. Giannis Antetokounmpo turning 30 years young today. And then on this date, 1996, we lost Pete Rozelle, the former commissioner of the NFL. Some holidays and observances. Today, it is Microwave Oven Day. It's Mitten Tree Day. St. Nicholas Day, Put on Your Own Shoes Day, and Bartender Appreciation Day. And those are historical events, your birthdays, your passes, your holidays, observances for this date, December 6th. Happy birthday to my brother George, the 341st day of the year, 25 days remaining this 2024.
Good job on that, Bob, as always. One thing's for certain, Urban Meyer isn't coming back here to coach Ohio State. That's next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we are watching slow-moving traffic on I-270 eastbound. This is on the southeast side as you're approaching Alum Creek Drive. Also still watching a crash in those westbound lanes of 670. The left shoulder blocked off right near 4th Street. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Getting cold feet? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Men, it's the holidays, a time of love and joy. But if you suffer from erectile dysfunction, the season can be tough on you. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you and your partner are experiencing struggles because of ED, change it up this year. Give the best gift you can give to the one you love by treating your ED and restoring your relationship. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED, and as a Promenic restorative health practice, we've literally seen countless thousands of relationships renewed across the nation. Plus, with treatments having success rates well over 90%, coupled with many treatment options, we can likely find the right one for you. You may even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us and give your partner the best gift you can give this season, a renewed, restored relationship. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654. That's 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com.
Now, in our last session, you said you were hearing noises.
Terrible noises.
Tell me more.
Same time every morning.
Can you describe them?
Well, it starts like yee and then turns into woo, woo, woo.
Indeed. And does it also come with a...
That's exactly what it is. How did you know, Doctor?
This is a symptom of not having an Apex Pros water heater.
Doctor, I know my husband, and he would never...
And the sound then goes yip, yip, woo, woo, woo. I'm writing you a prescription for an Apex Pros water heater.
You really think this will help?
Apex Pros, the pros who knows. First you doubt me, then you doubt the pros who knows.
I'm not doubting. I just didn't think my husband would make such
the unnecessary suffering of surprise cold water. I've seen it 1,000 times. Apex Pros even has tankless solutions that provide never-ending warm water.
Wow.
The crazy sounds will go away by tomorrow. Now here's my bill. Now about that sound.
It's Alex the Apex Bear. We are the pros who knows. The official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Central Ohio leader in roof repair and replacement is Roof Revivers. With over 350 five-star reviews on Google, Roof Revivers is committed to repairing roofs first before replacing them. If your roof needs repaired, visit Roof Revivers online at roofrevivers.com. Roof Revivers, we fix leaky roofs.
Getting the cold shoulder? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
If a friend asks how you're doing, and you say,
I'm okay.
When the truth is,
I don't want my problems to burden anyone.
Or you say,
hang it in there.
Because
if I ask for help, they'll just think I'm weak.
Then this is your sign to call, text, or chat 988 for free, confidential support. Anytime. You don't have to hide how you feel.
From sugar cookie crumbs in the kitchen to pine needles under the tree, count on Steel for Christmas cleanup made easy. With the SCA20 battery-powered handheld vacuum. Now just $99.99. Power up the holiday and give a gift from the top of their wish list. Visit your local Steel dealer today or shop online at steelusa.com. Was $159.99 MSRP. Includes battery and charger. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Expect a chilly start to our day with temperatures starting off in the teens. We'll see some more clouds to our north, but otherwise expect mostly cloudy skies throughout the afternoon with highs only around freezing, which is near our average low temperature for this time of year. Tonight we fall back into those upper teens and lower 20s with partly cloudy skies, and then Saturday we're looking at temperatures to top out around 40 degrees with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm meteorologist Erica Kalora.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Panic and passion. Is that a motivational quote or the title of an adult romance novel? You're listening to Morning Juice.
Coming up here, 6:33 this morning, Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com. He's going to guide us through championship weekend, all from a wagering perspective. That was patently ridiculous that Urban Meyer had to release a statement to say that he is not going to coach Ohio State.
There's a lot of stuff that's coming out.
It was crazy to me.
It's wild. And I'm like, people actually viewed this as a serious situation. I mean, Tyvus was on with Bo this week. Like, the dude played for him. I mean, I'm not the closest person with Urban in the world, but I can tell you this, he's not coming back to coach.
No.
I think after the Jacksonville thing, like, hey, I'm going to take a shot at the NFL. Didn't work out. Obviously, a lot of things happen surrounding that.
I'm done.
And, like, by the way, folks, it's not the same game as it was.
No.
People think, like, oh, bring Tress back.
What?
Tress talks with that's
Nobody said that.
I've gotten emails. I've had the tweet, bring back Tress. Let him steady the ship. I'm like, first of all, Tress is 71 years old or 72.
He just retired.
And
he wants to retire.
He is like a consultant. He helps. He comes down to practice once a week. He talks to Ryan. Like, they've got a great relationship. Number one, he's not the type of guy that would do anything like that. Like, I'm not going to be a co-conspirator on the usurping of a current coach.
No.
Second of all,
hey, when you play the Game of Thrones, you either win or you die.
It's been 15 years since he coached.
Yeah.
And he has no desire to be able to do that. And he goes, every time people ask me questions, I qualify it with, I'm a dinosaur. So let me just tell you how my perspective. Now, Tress is incredibly insightful with how he looks at things, and he never gives you an answer. He just kind of leads you into a direction of how to look at a problem. And it's really impressive how he's able to do it. But Urban hasn't coached college football in 6 years. You know how much has happened in 6 years of college football?
Even from the time that Tress left, and then when Urban left, the game was changing in that period of time.
You know, I mean...
And that was, 7 years? And then it's been 6 years since Urban has coached.
Absolutely. Like, it's wild. It's wild. So, I mean, it's a crazy thing to think that would ever be the case. People always want to grab onto nostalgia. Mm-hmm. Like, you and AJ and Schleiks could go back and play. I'm like, that'd be great if I wasn't 42, or 41, turning 42 years old this year. I mean, how Schleiks is
gonna be 44.
He's 44 in March. He's an old man. He's got gray in his beard.
He looks great though. So here's what Urban said via statement on the Triple Option, which is the show that he does. Said, it has come to my attention that there are reports speculating my return to the sidelines in Columbus. While I thoroughly enjoyed my 7 seasons at head coach at The Ohio State University, I have no interest in coaching again. I will always be a Buckeye and have full confidence in Ryan Day's staff, every player that puts on the scarlet and gray. I don't know where, I guess the term reports are being used loosely in that situation. I mean, because we hear about, we get messages, we get tweets, there's so many things that we get. Like, there was never any validity of him ever coming back.
Who was ever reporting that? No one that ever talked to him.
The mob.
Exactly.
Twitter. It's on Twitter.
It's got to be accurate.
Are reports. There were no reports. There was people speculating, hoping, I don't know what it was, but there was never a report from someone that talked to Urban, talked to his wife, talked to any of his kids. Those things were never factually accurate. It didn't happen. It wasn't real.
Asking.
It's not even asking. It's just people throwing things out there, throwing it against a wall, hoping that it sticks.
I'm going to start doing that.
Like, the mischaracterization of things, and how things get started around here is crazy. Just like the team meeting, alleged players only meeting, and players need to be restrained from coaches and things. Like, meetings happen. They can be intense. There can be people that say honest things that might make people uncomfortable.
Of course.
That's part of it, the team. That's okay. And honestly, I think that's productive. I think it's more productive in college than it is in the NFL. Because the NFL
I hear players meeting in the NFL, and I get a little.
We had a players-only meeting every Thursday at the end of practice and meetings. Like
in college or pro?
College.
Okay.
Every Thursday. Talk about it. Captains, what do you got to say? Coaches would leave. And we talk. Anybody like the airing of grievances, put it all out there.
Yeah.
Sometimes guys would have stuff to say, sometimes they wouldn't. And sometimes people address things across the ball, position to position. It might be a little intense. Come to some common ground. Everybody walk on out of there. We go get food together. It'd be great. Win for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But this thing where guys need to be restrained and stuff, like people have like this wild misconception of like what you saw happening on the field post game is that was what a team meeting was about. Like that's not even close to anything that happened. And so it's no different than this Urban thing. Someone says something, and then all of a sudden it's like, wow.
What was the report? Do we know what the report was?
That Urban might be interested in coming back, or he would be a candidate. Maybe that he would be a candidate for the job. Should he, should they want to move on from Ryan? I don't know. Something about something. This stupid internet. Like, internet's great for a lot of things.
It is great. The comment sections are always great. The chat, our YouTube chat's great. Love the YouTube chat, by the way. But it gets a little ridiculous sometimes. It gets a little ridiculous.
Yeah, a little. I mean, it gets a lot of ridiculous after stuff like that. And I understand people want to grab onto things, but the reality is it's very irresponsible for some people to say the things that they do, because when they repeat something that maybe they've heard without fully investigating it, or try to be a fear peddler, that's where we live now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's all of, like cable news and all this other crap. We're just going to peddle fear to the folks, and so they get scared, and when they get scared, then okay.
Bread and milk.
Yeah, this is going to happen. This is going to be terrible. Worst thing ever. Like, yeah, I mean, it'll be okay. Like, and by the way, like, what they're saying isn't completely accurate either.
Lee Sterling of ParamountSports.com. He's going to guide us through championship weekend from a wagering perspective coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Friday. Still watching some slow-moving traffic on the southeast side on I-270 eastbound. We've got the right lanes blocked off as crews work to clear up an issue right near Alum Creek Drive. Also watching a crash on 670 westbound right near 4th Street. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your pilot hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Everyone has that one goal, that thing they want to prove, not to other people, but to themselves. Then, right when you think you could actually do it, cancer. And that goal is still within reach. I would know. I'm about to run my first ever marathon with my two best friends. 3 years after having cancer.
At least we look good in these shorts.
Woo! Let's get it, guys. You, keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans to learn more.
There's never a good time for your furnace or air conditioner to stop working. But we're honored that for the past 100 years, Atlas Butler customers have relied on us the night before Thanksgiving, the day before their wedding, and even Christmas morning for fast, convenient service. Your trust means everything. Call today, get it fixed today. That's our pledge to you.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Diamond Seller's Holiday Gala is back, and this year we're giving you a chance to win your wish list. Visit us in the weeks leading up to the gala to create a wish list of your dream pieces. Then, from December 5th through the 7th, join us in-store where you could win an item off your list. With up to 25% off select designer brands, exclusive holiday gifts, and the magic of the season, this is our biggest event of the year. Don't miss the Diamond Seller Holiday Gala, December 5th through 7th on Salmo Road. Visit diamondseller.com/gala to learn more.
Hey, Jackets fans, we know what's on your holiday wish list. Ask your Secret Santa for a Blue Jackets holiday gift pack. You'll score 2 tickets plus a Blue Jackets Honda shirt, all for just $99. Learn more at bluejackets.com/holiday.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now. Bengals game day is so close, you can almost taste it. Bengals watching. Better with Pepsi.
Join our resident gambling degenerates Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money Sunday morning at 9.
Presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
All the action, none of the responsibility. The Fan.
Ready to take on the open road? Bobby Carpenter here. Get behind the wheel of power and reliability at Germain Toyota. Right now, drive off in a 2024 Tacoma SR 4x4 for just $329 a month. That's 39 months with 10,000 miles per year. Only $32.99 due at signing. Or step up to the rugged 2024 Tundra SR5 4x4 for just $399 a month with $39.99 due at signing. Both built tough, built to last. Hurry into Germain Toyota where adventure begins. Offers end soon. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road and online at germaintoyota.net. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
What's better than giving a gift everyone wants? Getting free gas and groceries by earning perks on gift cards purchased at Giant Eagle, Market District, and Gecko. Choose from hundreds of gift cards to make everyone merry this holiday season from the biggest retailers and best brands, all while earning you free gas and groceries. Stop in our stores for bonus perk offers on gift cards. Give the gift everyone wants and get a little something for yourself, too. The holidays are magical at Giant Eagle, Market District, and Gecko.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Common Man and T-Bone are idiots. You should listen to them anyway.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan, Ohio's idiot destination. Beam has a baby face. Bobby has soft hands. That should not stop you from listening to this show. This is Morning Juice.
Hey, 1 hour away from right now, coming up here at 7:33, Austin Ward, he's going to join the program. We'll talk some Buckeyes college football playoff with him. As of now, though, as we do every single football Friday, we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Check with our good friend, ParamountSports.com. He is Lee Sterling. Lee, thanks for the time. Always appreciate it. Before we jump into the slate of games, I know it's going to be a busy weekend. It's championship weekend across college football, starting the NFL playoff push in the National Football League. How are you feeling on Tuesday night with the rankings about your Canes? Because there was a lot of discourse this week about that, Lee.
Not good. I think really the thing that bothered me, are we better than Alabama? Probably not. I mean, if we played on a neutral field, I do think they'd probably beat us 10 to 17 points. But they were leading Miami along the whole time. So the head of the committee was saying that, you know, how impressed he was with all these comeback wins. And, I mean, Miami's argument is that Alabama lost to 2 6-6 teams, and one of them, Oklahoma, they got blown out. I mean, it wasn't even close. So do I think we belong? No, but they just strung us along, you know, like that. Like like maybe you said a girlfriend that you think is gonna finally get the ring in the end. So, or maybe like one of these shows, what do they call it, The Bachelor, Bachelorette. So we got strung along pretty good.
It is a TV show after all, Lee. That's what they're producing. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly what they're doing, for getting it for the ratings. So we'll see ultimately what happens Sunday afternoon after championship week. Let's start you in the ACC because it is interesting because the other team in discussion outside of Miami was Alabama. They're currently ranked 11th. They're looking at this ACC championship game hard. SMU, the Ponies, favored by 2.5 against Clemson.
Oh, and they're going to want SMU to win this game, and Clemson have no chance. If Clemson wins a close game, SMU is going to have some really good arguments to get into the college football playoffs. So the last 4 games that Clemson quarterback Cade Klubnik has played, he's averaged only 6 yards per pass attempt, and these are like average to a little above average teams, Pittsburgh, Virginia Tech, Louisville, and South Carolina. On the other side, SMU quarterback, most people don't even know who he is. His name is Kevin Jennings. Since he was put in as a starter in week 4, averaging 9.3 yards per pass attempt. And since he became the starter, they scored between 28 and 66 points in every single game, 9 straight wins. Their defense is salty. In fact, they have 6 former University of Miami starters on both units. They're giving up only 13 points the last 2 weeks against Virginia and Cal. I like SMU. I think the right team is favored here, 28-24.
Oh, wow. That's it's interesting pulling out it with the cover there.
Yep.
Lee, we've got another big one in the SEC. A lot of these lines really tight in these conference championship games, more than I think what's been in the past 5 to 7 years. Texas -2 versus Georgia after Georgia beat them at home earlier.
Yeah, and a lot of people will take money lines on these games. I don't in college football. In the long run, the only number you want to buy on or off of is in the NFL off 3, like last night. So if you only had 3, you might have wanted to brought it down to 2.5. If you want to buy it up, you buy it up to 3.5. But Texas was out physical in the first game against Georgia. I don't see Georgia bullying the Longhorns. I think the Longhorns are finally coming into their own, especially if you watch that Texas domination of Texas A&M. The final score should have been 32-0. I mean, they dominated that game. Somehow it was 17-7. If they win by 27 or more points, this line is sitting at 5.5, 6 points. How about this? First time in over a decade, Georgia's offense and defense, neither one of them is ranked in the top 25 in any major statistical category here. They aren't even close to the teams that won national championships. I think Texas is going to expand the use of Arch Manning in this game. I think he'll throw more. They'll throw some different wrinkles at him. And the favorite, 25-6 straight up in SEC championship games. Texas exacts their revenge here. Big. 34-21.
He is Lee Sterling of ParamountSports.com with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Georgia flirted with disaster last week, too, against Texas or Georgia Tech in that 8 overtime game as well at home. All right, big one, Lee, tomorrow evening in the Big Ten. Oregon, 3 in the hook against the Nittany Lions of Penn State. Trip to the Rose Bowl at stake for one of these teams.
So Penn State, these kids had to be thinking. I bet you not even half these kids were watching the game last week, the Michigan-Ohio State game. I think they were shocked. They had no plans for being in this game here. No one did. I talked to a lot of people. No one had Michigan winning that game. So I think they're playing with house money. I know James Franklin is 1-16 straight up, 5-12 against the spread versus top 5 opponents. But they were going to be seeded 5th or 6th. Even if they weren't in this game. I think they'll still be seeded 5th or 6th if they lose a close game here. Penn State actually outperformed Oregon against most of the common opponents with better margin of victories, teams like Wisconsin, Maryland, Washington, and Purdue. And except for pass offense, Penn State is actually ranked higher. Run defense, run offense, pass defense here. This line should be -1. Oregon's traveling across country. 3 different time zones. We saw what they did against Wisconsin here. I think the Ducks are out of water here in Indianapolis. Wrong team favorite. Penn State pulls off the shocker here, 27-23.
Lee, you realize if that happens, Penn State will be ranked number 1, and James Franklin will have some sort of scepter and crown, probably heading into the weekend. That'll be the content that everybody ultimately needs. On to some NFL. Cincinnati not playing for a whole lot. Cowboys playing for probably even less outside of their coach's job. Bengals -5. They get that done.
So here's a bit of data mining here. So bettors should feel a rush of nostalgia here for this matchup on Sunday. If you go back to September 18th, 2022, who was it? Current Dallas quarterback Cooper Rush, second NFL start in relief of injured Dak Prescott in this very same building. The Cowboys came out on top as a 7.5-point underdog here. Both teams headed nowhere here, but I think Cincinnati's going to escape here, 30-27. I think Dallas covers.
Yeah,
point spread.
I'm the same way. I can't figure out why the Bengals continue to be favored in games, but I keep taking them on the point spread.
Their defense is so good.
Yeah, no, their defense is pretty terrific. All right, big one in the AFC North, Lee. Pittsburgh continuing to track down an AFC North crown. They are at home. We saw these two teams compete a couple of weeks ago in the Snow Globe up in Cleveland, but the Steelers favored by 6.5 against the Brownies, 1 o'clock on Sunday in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, what we get here is a rapid revenge for that 24-19 loss suffered to the Steelers 2 games ago on a Thursday night in heavy snow here. So Cleveland hasn't won a regular season game in Pittsburgh since 2003. Pittsburgh likes to grind teams down. Number 1 in time on the field. Number 2 in plays run here. Russell Wilson has been better than anyone had hoped here. He's not the runner he used to be, but he makes the right plays, avoids mistake. And Arthur Smith, boy, does he look good, even using Justin Fields like a younger, faster Taysom Hill here. So Wilson, he managed to complete 75% of his passes in the snow in the first Browns game. Can you imagine what he's going to do here? Romper Room special, Pittsburgh, 38-13.
Ooh, beat down. Well, over 20 years is a long time not to win in the regular season at one place, Lee. Holy smokes. Then what we got for the free play this weekend?
Free play is going to be Minnesota and Atlanta. Another return. We saw a bunch of returns last week. Players playing against their old team. Jerry Jeudy had a big game. A bunch of former Jets. Well, they always have big game against the Jets. Geno Smith returned. Can Kirk Cousins, will he have a big return going back to Minnesota? Minnesota and Atlanta, just call 800-400-9741 to get that game for free. And what a roll are we on? 16-3 since Thanksgiving Day. You want to hop on board? We call it Double Down December. Use coupon code SAVE200, just $247 through December 31st. Everything in college football and the NFL, just one place. ParamountSports.com.
Lee, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Have a great weekend, buddy. Enjoy all the conference championship games, and we'll check in again soon, all right?
Sounds good. Take care, guys.
There he goes, Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. That may have been the best wrong team favorite ever with the upset alert for Penn State against Oregon.
James Franklin. I mean, that's the content that the world needs.
Oh, man. Number 1 overall seed.
I mean, for a guy that can't win the big game.
Lee dropped off a 1-15 against top 10 teams.
And this is the game we choose to get it done.
This is the one?
Yes, so. I mean, that'd be remarkable.
Hey, I'll be watching. I'll be spite watching, but I'll be watching regardless. One of the hottest recent names in NFL coaching finds himself without a job. We'll do that in Quick Hitters coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are still watching a crash on the southeast side. I-270 eastbound right near Alum Creek Drive. Slow-moving traffic as you're approaching that Alum Creek Drive exit. And 670 westbound, we're watching a crash that has the left shoulder blocked off right as you're passing the 71 split. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Football is built on tradition, and so is the Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With a lifetime powertrain warranty on every vehicle purchase, you know you're getting a relationship that's built to last. Need service? Our Carvenience service takes care of everything, from picking up your vehicle to dropping it off when it's done, leaving you with a rental car in between. And with 4 dealerships and a collision center, Hinderer Motor Company is your one-stop shop for all things automotive. Visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Combat falling interest rates now. Lock in a 7-month certificate from Kemba Financial Credit Union and earn up to 4.5% annual percentage yield. Visit Kemba.org for details. Hurry! This exceptional rate offer expires December 31st, 2024. APY equals annual percentage yield. Restrictions apply. $500 minimum deposit required to open and earn stated APY and $250,000 maximum deposit. Advantage status required. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. And better, it's just around the corner in 2025. Feeling better, getting rid of joint pain once and for all. QC Kinetics patients are able to walk up and down the stairs now, like my dad, tailgate with their friends. They can finally sleep without pain waking them. They feel normal again. That can be you. 2025 can look very different for you. So call QC Kinetics now. Say goodbye to shoulder, knee, hip, back pain, whatever it is. QC Kinetics and Dr. Ray Tesler and his team are waiting for you with treatments right in their office. No downtime, no surgeries, and no drugs. If you've been told surgery is your best and only option, you deserve a second opinion. Find out what all natural regenerative medicine is all about and right for you. The consultation is free. You can use HSA and FSA dollars. So live your best life in 2025 with my friends at QC Kinetics. The better you is just around the corner. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They've got offices in Dublin and Gahanna.
Football season is here, and we have so much stuff. One station isn't enough. Find even more Pigskin on ESPN Columbus.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2, or listen on the Fan app.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Make some space. Wendy's new mushroom bacon cheeseburger is entering the chat for a limited time only. Savory roasted mushrooms, crispy bacon, melted Munster cheese, and creamy garlic spread, all resting on Wendy's fresh, never frozen beef. We know not everyone loves mushrooms, but let your mouth do the thinking here. It's a tasteful fusion unlike anything you've sunk your teeth into, and it's coming from Wendy's, so you know you're getting flavors worth in every bite. But if you want to ignore the happiness just because you think you don't like mushrooms, we won't stop you. We'll be here hanging out with the new burger in town. For some mushroomy, bacony goodness, gotta be Wendy's.
You might not consider yourself a tech expert, but that doesn't mean you can't protect yourself from online scammers with a little help from McAfee Total Protection. Whether it's a fake missed delivery text or an urgent bank alert, these scams can look incredibly convincing. That's where McAfee Total Protection steps in. So go ahead, manage your finances and shop online. McAfee will help keep your device's privacy and identity safer. Visit McAfee.com/online protection today to get award-winning online protection for just $39.99 your first year. That's McAfee.com/online protection. Cancel anytime. Terms apply.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Expect a cold start to our Friday morning with temperatures in the teens. We rise only to about 32 for the afternoon under mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Temperatures will be between 10 and 15 degrees below normal for this time of year. Tonight will drop down to around 20 degrees under mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. And tomorrow, I expect sun and some clouds with highs around 40 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm meteorologist Erica Calora.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. A radio show hosted by 2 former football players, one slightly more successful than the other. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hey, the college football playoff selections are being announced this Sunday. Tune in at noon as the Fan and 10 TV present Chasing the Championship. Sounds dramatic. Sponsored by Logan Services. Join 10 TV's Dom Taberi, Adam King, along with Timmy Hall, Dane Sanzenbacher from the Fan as they break down the Buckeyes' first-round matchup. Again, this is a digital-only show streaming live on the Fan's YouTube channel and 10 TV Plus. Don't miss the action. You can watch it Sunday coming up here at noon.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
All right, Boats, happy Friday, buddy. What do you got for us?
Happy Friday, guys. We'll start with college football here. Deshaun Foster, he made quite the introduction for his UCLA Bruins back in the summer at Big Ten Media Days as they entered year 1 with the conference. I don't know if you guys know this. They're in L.A. with USC.
They are. They're located in Los Angeles.
After starting the season 1-5, UCLA did bounce back to win 4 of their final 6 games to finish the year 5-7 overall. Despite that, though, the Bruins offense struggled all season. They finished the year 126th nationally in scoring. They also ranked 117th in total offense and had the nation's 5th worst rushing attack. Now, because of all that, offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy has been let go after just 1 season, and UCLA is going to hire Indiana's quarterback coach and co-offensive coordinator Tino Sunseri as their new OC after the Hoosiers are out of the playoffs there eventually. Carp, we'll see if UCLA
after they win the national championship.
Hey, you never know. Carp, we'll see if UCLA can steal some of that Hoosier magic for their offense next season.
Well, their offense looked pretty good. Now, it helps when you have a good signal caller, so having Rourke back there didn't hurt anything, and that's the one thing that UCLA will have to find a way to get going is they need a quarterback, and the reality is it's really tough to recruit if you have no NIL backing, which was the case prior. We'll see if they've gotten that together at all. They will have that potential of $20 million that you can spend next year, and they have all those Big Ten dollars coming in. So we'll see if they can begin to turn this. But I think Deshaun Foster did a pretty good job. At the end of the year, they went on a nice run and played some good ball.
They did. I agree with you. Like, they look to be challenging Purdue for the worst team. Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. Look to be challenging Purdue to be the worst team in the Big Ten, and then they wouldn't say that they hit the afterburners, but they certainly played much better in the second half of the season than they did in the first. Pretty wild about Eric Bieniemy, right? I mean, a couple of years ago, up for all these big-time NFL jobs, he then goes to college. Well, first of all, he moved from the Chiefs to the Commanders, right? And then went from the Commanders to UCLA. By the way, all-time spin zone from his agent, Jason Fletcher. I saw Tom Pelissero of NFL Network tweet this out last night. Here's what the statement says. Eric and UCLA mutually parted ways today as previously planned. He's still getting paid by the Commanders. After interviewing for head coaching jobs last year, he wanted to stay active and busy. So he decided to help out Deshaun Foster, who's like a little brother at UCLA as opposed to sitting out a year. The plan was always to return to the NFL in 2025, and he's looking forward to the opportunities ahead. That's a great spin from his agent. Yeah. Agent's really working hard on that one. Good for him.
Next up here, guys.
It'd be one if he had like a job lined up to go to.
Right, but UCLA's paying him a $1.2 million buyout. He might be the head coach of the Cowboys.
Why not?
Bring him in.
Bring him in, Bill, Urban. Who else? Nick Saban. Bring them all in.
All of them.
Anybody who wants to
Tress?
I think it's Bill. I'm telling you, I think it's Bill.
I do too. We'll get to him coming up at 7 o'clock because he apparently has had a busy week.
Busy little bee.
Bill's coming. Bring on Tom as well. The last time that Georgia and Texas met in a postseason game, Bevo the Longhorn tried to kill Poraga ahead of the 2019 Sugar Bowl. Good news for the pup. This weekend, Bevo has not been permitted to travel to Atlanta for tomorrow afternoon's SEC championship game. Beaver the Longhorns, they'll be looking for some revenge as they fell to Georgia earlier this season in Austin. They're also trying to lock up a bye in the college football playoff with a win tomorrow, but they'll have to do it without their mascot on the sideline.
That's a bummer. Obviously, he did try to impale Uga a few years ago, which was one of the greatest scenes in college football, non-college football pertinence that we've had in the recent handful of years.
So he's called a bulldog.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason why
and
that's
you
the
told
case.
me that?
Yeah.
And then I went down the list and I'm like, wait a minute. There's a reason because these dogs are actually made to fight bulls.
Yes, and that was the thing. So some genius thought, hey, we'll put them beside each other. Like, even though this is something that's been going on for hundreds of years, you think that steer
is the Battle of Middle Earth.
Yeah, he's not going to be uncomfortable with that? Like, dude, I've got this long horn right here. You know what I'd like to do is turn that dog into a skewer and just pop him right on there.
God, it was great. I didn't know Uga could move that fast either.
Exactly.
He did.
Well, and you didn't know how fast that Bevo could move either. And those guys, listen, you know, McConaughey will tell you, it's whether it's Bevo or Cyrus. It's a big bull.
That is. It says the size required for an enclosure large enough to house Bevo, 15, who is more than 1,700 pounds with a horn span of 58 inches, was the issue for Saturday, said an SEC spokesman. Listen to what the SEC had to say. When we received the media request for Bevo on the sidelines at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, our staff looked at the alternative options, including a sideline location. It would have been awesome if they just let Bevo roam the Texas sideline.
Chain him up to the goalpost.
That'll be fine. Good to go. The reality here is limited sideline space at the stadium. We can't jeopardize the safety of Bevo or the game participants. Why not? That's what he lives for. That's what Texas lives for.
They just played at Wrigley Field. And if one of those players went through the end zone enough, you're going to run into a brick wall.
Dead.
I'm kind of disappointed they're not having Bevo run out. It's been great pageantry.
I agree with that, man. He's one of, if not the greatest live mascot in college sports.
It's Arthur Blank who owns the Falcons, right?
Yeah.
He, I guess when he built Mercedes-Benz and kind of put the plans together, he didn't take into consideration that Texas was going to join the SEC and then maybe play the SEC title.
Now, Uga's going to the game. Why can't Bevo go to the game? Yeah. So I think the dog handler for Uga said it's a lot of wear and tear on that dog that he didn't make the trip to Texas. So it seems like both of them are posturing and they don't want to meet each other ever again.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
What does the game come to?
Love college football. Game's gone.
And what happened to the game I love? Last season in a Week 2 loss at Pittsburgh, Browns running back Nick Chubb went down with what would end up being a devastating season-ending knee injury. Now, as the Browns head back to the Steel City this Sunday, Chubb admits that he'd be lying if he hadn't thought about going back to the field where that injury happened, but he also said he doesn't want to focus on that too much, and he's just grateful to be back and playing. Chubb has not quite been able to regain his old form just yet, but he did score a pair of touchdowns a few weeks ago in the Browns' 24-19 win over Pittsburgh and Cleveland in the Snow Bowl there, and he'll try to do the same again this weekend.
I mean, he's been good. He hasn't been what he was, and what he was one of the best running backs, if not the, in the NFL. And so we'll see. It's a year out. I mean, I think there's probably the emotional connection to obviously going back to the game and everything and the site where it happened. But outside of that, I don't think he's going to dwell on that this week.
That's another game, right? I mean, it's another game, and he opened up and he talked about it. Like, listen, all I can think about was that play, and it obviously hampered me for a year and change, but he's back on the field now. He scored 2 touchdowns against the Steelers, so he'll look to do the same. Doesn't matter the location, but this one being played, Acrisure Stadium? It was Heinz Field for so long. I think it's Acrisure over there in Pittsburgh. But yeah, good for Chubby time. It's awesome to see him back and playing, though, after what was a devastating injury last season. One college team is swinging for the fences with their football coach opening. We'll get into that coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now, still watching a crash on 270 eastbound right around Alum Creek Drive. Expect to be slow moving through that stretch as crews work to clear up a crash. Also a crash on 670 westbound, the left shoulder blocked off in those westbound lanes just as you're passing that 71-670 split. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Get your furnace fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
Year-end pricing. New Kias under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
$5? You see, Max, the holidays drive everyone crazy. Especially Great Lakes Kia.
Hi, mister. Did you hear? Year-end pricing.
Thanks, kid, but my credit's in the doghouse. No offense, Max.
If you've got a job, you ride.
A job, eh? Go on.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All 3 under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
New 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with 3rd row seating. All 3 under $5 a day. Save thousands.
Thousands?
And we have 0% financing.
I'm tingly. I can't take it.
You're happy.
New Kias under $5 a day.
During the season of New Tradition sales event.
Great cars.
Great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey folks, when it comes to Christmas trees, don't get played by foreign plastic. Just like you wouldn't replace a prize QB with a mannequin. Don't replace American Farm Fresh trees with fake foreign plastic. These farm families are the MVPs of Christmas, growing champions right here on American soil. They're not sitting on the bench. They're out there every day growing real Christmas traditions. Make the winning choice, Farm Fresh Christmas trees, not foreign plastic that pollutes. Visit GetRealKeepItReal.com to find your local farm MVP.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats. We've got some late-breaking news coming out of the stands. According to multiple sources, Vivid Seats fans are scoring rewards on every purchase and at a rapid pace. Obviously, these rewards are a game changer, and coupled with their MVP-worthy ticket selection, why get tickets anywhere else? Don't drop the ball this season. Shop with Vivid Seats and earn rewards on every ticket. And as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, Vivid Seats is offering you $20 off your first $200 ticket purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Buddy Wells. Week 14 of the NFL's regular season got started in Detroit last night. That's where the Lions beat the Packers 34-31 on a 35-yard field goal at the buzzer. Detroit improves to 12-1 on the season, and they have clinched a spot in the postseason. Green Bay falls to 9-4. In hockey, the Jackets took a 1-0 lead just over 2 minutes into the game last night, but the Oilers controlled the game from there as the CBJ fell in Edmonton by a final score of 6-3. It was the first of a back-to-back for Columbus as they're at Vancouver tonight. Face-off is at 10 o'clock. And in the NBA, 4 different Cleveland players scored 20 or more points as the Cavs beat the Nuggets at home 126-114. The Cavs moved to a league-best 20-3 on the season. They'll be at Charlotte against the Hornets tomorrow afternoon. This update is brought to you by Germain Toyota, the best selection of new and used cars in Central Ohio. View their full selection of vehicles online at germaintoyota.net. Breaking sports news. When it happens on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Heading to work? Keep listening to the guys at the office.
Stream the show at 971thefan.com or download the Fan app.
This is Morning Juice.
Hour 2 of the program for us on a Friday. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Sharky out on PTO. Got our man Bodie Wells behind the glass. Doing a fantastic job filling in for him. Coming up here 7:33 this morning, Austin Ward. He's going to join the program. We'll talk some Buckeyes with him. And then at 8:33, we'll talk some holistic medicine with AJ Hawk. So power-packed final 2 hours of the program coming at you.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Tell you what, it was a pretty fun Thursday night football game last night, wasn't it?
Oh,
Lions stave off the Packers 34-31.
Lions jump out.
Yeah,
you feel like they're
17-7.
And then all of a sudden, I'm like,
Packers scored twice before the half.
And then, Dan Man Campbell just fourth down, no problem. Like,
it's a great strategy. Like, you don't want to give the ball back to the Packers with, what was there, 43 seconds left?
Yeah.
They had a couple of timeouts, too. And we've seen in the NFL, right? I mean, teams push the ball down the field with 25 seconds. Those timeouts are so imperative.
So they scored
NFL.
right before the half on a fourth down to go up 17-7.
Yeah.
Then after scoring twice, they went for it on fourth again.
Yep.
And they came out. It was very interesting. They came out with a 3-by-1 set, 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. One of the receivers to the left was Jahmyr Gibbs, the running back. They put Amon-Ra St. Brown at running back just to the right of the quarterback. And they came out really quick and snapped, and you could see Green Bay, they were in man, so they're scrambling. You're trying to match likes, which means I don't want to put a linebacker on a receiver. So the linebacker's like, wait, that's not Gibbs. That's Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Corner, fine, we're going to figure this out. He's running outside. And they used it mostly as a decoy. He runs out because everyone's saying, like, well, they're just going to run it to one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. He's going to run to the flat. Everyone overcorrects. Boom, little turn in by Walters. Who was the guy on the line? Anyway, he turns in wide open. Jared Goff zips it in there, touchdown.
Yeah, and then at the end of the game, too, I mean, going for it on a 4th and 1 with 40 seconds left to go, that ultimately killed the game because the Lions did end up making the game-winning field goal with 2 seconds left on the clock. So 34-31, Lions look like best team in the NFL. Them and the Bills look pretty awesome. So we'll see what happens moving forward. But they officially clinched a playoff spot last night. Did the Lions. Jackets go down last night in Edmonton 6-3 against the Oilers. They're back at it tonight. So second leg of the back-to-back tonight against Vancouver in Vancouver. That's a 10 o'clock start for the CBJ. You can listen to that game at 9:30 here on the Fan. By the way, best of luck to all the teams in Central Ohio. The 2 teams participating in the state championships today. Up in
Bake's
Canton.
going to be up there on that.
He is. He was on the call last night as well. So he's got a full weekend calling the games up there. Division 3 game today, Watterson against Toledo Central Catholic. That is at 3 o'clock this afternoon at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. And then tonight at 7:30, Olentangy Liberty will take on Moeller for the Division 1 crown. So back-to-back Central Ohio teams going for state championships this evening.
We had a tough one for Liberty against Moeller. It's awesome for them making it there and what they've been able to do this year. So kudos to them. And then Watterson, I mean, they've got a Eulenhake's boys out there, a couple of the Belisari, Stephen Gregg's sons.
Yeah, you and Bakes were talking about them yesterday.
They're good. This is a good Watterson squad, and they're going to be good for a couple more years. really talented. Those guys are good players.
Toledo Central Catholic always steady, too.
Always good,
always
yeah.
Good.
Should be some good football.
Yeah, man, I love it, too. And it looked like snow football last night, too, up in Canton. So they're getting the weather.
And your boy, former Buckeye receiver and Centerville Elk alum, head coach.
Stepping down.
He's got to be like 40, 41. I mean,
this tweet came out. So Marcus Hartman does a good job for the Dayton Daily News. And it was...
Is he the voice of the Elks?
He is not. No, don't start that.
I didn't know if he took over after...
Yeah, so he tweeted out yesterday, 4:20 yesterday afternoon, that Brent Ellery is stepping down as the head coach of the Elks. Said, I'm going to focus on being a husband, a father, son, brother, and everything else in between. I mean, they just made a Final Four run, got smoked by Moeller last week. But yeah, it was surprising.
Dad was there for a long time, never coached in a Final Four as a head coach. He beat his dad to ultimately get there. And, it's interesting. You see that sometimes with high school coaches, and you've been doing it for a while. You get to a point in time where your kids are starting to get older, and you realize, like, you don't get to go to any of their stuff in the fall. And even some in the spring, like, it's all encompassing. And so you begin to ask yourself, okay, well, I love doing this. Maybe I can get back into it in 10 more years. But my dad took, a handful of years off when I was of that age, like in middle school and elementary school. Well, actually more elementary school, and then he came back and actually coached my middle school team before taking over in high school. And then that was maybe a little bit different because all of my brothers played and you got to coach them. But it's a lot. It's a lot on your plate to do that. And it's family-wise, it can be stressful and strenuous. And, they've had a lot of success there. So kudos to Brent, former teammate of mine at Ohio State. And I wish him the best moving forward, whatever he's doing.
Maybe AJ will take that job.
Maybe Ryan. Ryan's back there.
Hey, you're right.
They called him the Golden Boy. I mean, I think he had led them to their
Ryan Hawk, not Ryan Day.
Yeah, not Ryan Day. AJ's brother.
Yeah.
Ryan, who was actually on the program. Morning. He has the Learning Leader podcast. We'll have to have him back on here again soon to talk about some other stuff. But yeah, it was see where they go. So the Roll Elks, Beam.
Absolutely. Elk Pride never dies, Bob. Just remember that. Ohio State men's basketball in action tomorrow against Rutgers. Home game for them. Hopefully they swiftly bounce back from getting their
Rutgers
teeth kicked
is pretty
in.
good.
Yeah, at least it's at home because tell you what, I would have no confidence with this team going on the road because they got smoked by Texas A&M when they went on the road and by Maryland. So hopefully a bounce back again. Noon tomorrow for that. 11 a.m. coverage begins for us. And then Ohio State women's basketball in action Sunday at 4 o'clock. You can listen to that beginning at 3:45 over on ESPN Columbus. Brownies at 1 o'clock on Sunday. 11 a.m. coverage begins for us as well. It was a tough day yesterday. I got home yesterday. I had to scramble the jets and get home. Was getting texts from our babysitter that Willie was not feeling good. How did that go? Yeah, so I was telling you.
You knew he wasn't feeling good when you left.
Yeah, I knew because Meredith was texting me in the morning like, it's been an absolute disaster. Like, can't stop screaming.
Did you ever text her like, what do you want me to do about it?
I've got 2 hours left in the show, like the quickest that I can get home.
I know you're like just 9:30. Venting, but I have been providing
I got a podcast
assistance.
Later today. Had to scrap that and like scramble the jets back home. Let me tell you one thing. Vicks Vapor Rub is a miracle worker.
It's great.
Oh, it was unbelievable. So when I got home,
maybe some on you, some on him.
I was a little bit worried too because like when I got home, he was wheezing pretty heavily. It's like he was having a hard time breathing.
He's not asthmatic. He's just wheezy.
Yeah, wheezy F baby, wheezy Willy baby.
I'm glad that you got that, Beam.
Oh, I gotcha. Come on, man. I'm a child of the late 90s, early 2000s. What do you expect?
Little Wayne there.
My Twitter name used to be Beamy F Baby.
That's amazing.
So yeah, I got home yesterday, and it was kind of scary because anytime, like, because he can't talk, like, I mean, he can put some words together. What's wrong? Okay, I understand that. But he also, when he blows, like, he can't blow his nose on his own. He can't, like, spit out the mucus.
That's why you have to get the suction cups, dude.
Dude, it's not even the suction cups.
You get the little thing, you suck the snot out of his nose.
Do you want to know? I don't know.
I'm sure he loves that, by the way.
He does, actually.
Really?
Because I'll tell you what's really gross about it. It's not even just the suction cups anymore, Bob. It's got a tube attached to it, and you literally put the sucker up. Yeah, you put the sucker up his nose, and then you literally suck the snot out of his nose
up into your mouth.
Yes. Well, it's a decently long tube, so you never flirt with having it in your mouth.
But you're a pretty strong sucker, so you're really worried about just pulling it all the way in.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like a Dyson there, you better watch out. But he actually doesn't mind that.
I mean, if you've got like that, do you think you could suck a marble through that little hose?
No. Probably not. I mean, it's a rather small hose.
I didn't know. I know, but you're a guy with a lot of power to suck.
True. It is true. I do the job. I do the job when called upon.
I wonder if Schleiss could do that.
So we were doing that yesterday. We're doing like the saline solution and the Vicks Vapor Rub. So, he went down for a nap at like 9 o'clock, and he doesn't do the morning naps anymore. I got home.
Then
he was
you got
up.
to do a morning
he was
nap.
screaming, like losing his mind. And I was asking him like at 11, I'm like, do you want lunch? Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to play? And he was like, nap. All I want to do is nap.
That's
He's
a
just pointing to the
great
bed.
thing.
I'm like, all right, dude, we'll lay down and we'll take a nap. He slept till like 2:45.
What?
The Vapor Rub.
I hope you got a nap in there.
I caught a little bit of one. The Vapor Rub worked because then when he got up, he was like all fired up and running back.
Yeah, because he can breathe again.
Yeah, which was
Let me
good.
tell you a secret. This is Steph Schlegel taught me this. I thought she was insane, but it has osmosis. I mean, your skin obviously can absorb things through it, and that menthol, whatever the heck's in there.
Yeah. The magic ointment.
The magic. I mean, you lather on your chest, you rub him on you, and get some of that on there.
Rub your chest. That's all cool.
But you probably just put it like on his chest, correct?
Yeah.
Put it on the bottom of his feet.
Does that work?
I'm telling you, I thought Steph was insane. She's like, before you go to bed at night, when you're like stuffed up and congested, put it on your feet, put some little socks on, because I guess that's where your feet and your wrists, that's why when your hands and feet are cold, that's why you feel cold, because that's where your skin is the thinnest.
Okay.
And so your capillaries are all there, and the most is absorbed through there. It's like through the arch of your foot, you will absorb the most, and it will, poof, David Copperfield, open you right up. It's pretty remarkable.
Good.
I thought she was some sort of crazy high witch doctor who smoked too much peyote, who was giving me some bad intel. But I tried it, and since then I keep Vicks beside the bed, and you know what? Whenever I'm having a hard time breathing, slap some on there, and we're good to go.
Good. I'll have to try that. So, yeah, he's feeling much better. He was watching Bluey like all day yesterday, but hopefully he bounces back nicely today. But, yeah, he was all pissed off yesterday. Not having a good day. I get it, but we seem to be on the mend for this. What did you think yesterday when you saw this news? Bill Belichick, who's won 6 Super Bowls with the New England Patriots, has had discussions with North Carolina's about the Tar Heels head coaching vacancy.
I think that Bill will probably talk to anyone that'll listen. I don't know if he would take that job, but I think that he wouldn't. I mean, obviously he's intrigued with everything. He's out there now, and I was like, man, who's going to want Bill like as a recruiter? But I mean, with him being on like McAfee and like doing all this stuff, like he's shown that entertaining, the funny side. And I don't know if I would ever define him as a funny man. I think he's
funny. How funny? Like a clown?
I think he's kind of unintentionally funny sometimes. But I think he's kind of leaned into that.
Dry, little dark humor.
Little dry. I mean, Bill's as dry as sandpaper, dude.
Yeah.
But like that dry humor and wit is entertaining. I can't imagine him like running, like recruiting kids and guys and collectives.
Can you imagine him up on the podium doing the dancing like Brian Kelly was, in that?
Wait, when they do the circle picture, the circle video, when you're standing there like the turntable.
The camera's like spinning a 360 around it.
Wearing the shoes and everything.
Bill up there doing the dance.
Oh, it's so amazing. Gosh, I can't. Well, someone said he might be, what would the reason you take that job? I'm like, well, it'd be an opportunity for him to meet his next girlfriend. So that's pretty.
Yeah, I saw there was,
that's opened up.
I saw a lot of good social media memes about Bill yesterday, or not even memes, just good content. That and the fact that maybe his girlfriend is currently enrolled at North Carolina.
There you go. You get tuition discount. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I'm with you. I think he'll interview. He said he has interest in coaching college. How much is that as a play to get back into the NFL? I would think that it would be.
When people are talking about you, it's never a bad thing as a coach. I think he realized like, hey, I got to get my name back out there. So make sure that people know that I'm interested. I'm still fairly convinced. We can ask Albert about this next week. That I think that there's a decent shot, Bodie, that he is the next coach of the Cowboys.
Are you in? I mean, you're obviously in for that, right, Bodes?
I don't know that I care anymore, to be honest with you.
Oh, they've beaten you down?
Yeah,
they beat you down that bad?
Whatever, man.
I get it.
I mean, a couple weeks ago, Jerry was talking about bringing back McCarthy.
Maybe I'll coach the team myself.
Stephen Jones, OC, and DC. That'd be great. That'll fix it all. Why not? I thought we were bringing in Dion, too, and Shador and Travis Hunter.
Well, he's a coordinator.
Okay, yeah.
He's coming in as a coordinator.
That'll work.
Yeah,
that'll be great.
I love when we talk about bringing in Shador and Travis Hunter as if like draft picks aren't a thing. Like, no, we'll just sign them right out of college.
Trade Parsons, trade Lamb, trade Dak. That'll get you enough first rounders.
Yeah, you're gonna
top 10 picks.
You're gonna get the sport of the future, Bodes.
Yeah.
Team of the future.
No doubt.
I'm glad that they've beaten you down enough that you've just become apathetic.
Yeah. Can't wait till Monday Night Football. Let's go.
It's the worst place to be as a sports fan.
Simpsons
Apathy.
game, Bengals Cowboys.
Yeah,
they couldn't flex it because of the Simpsons. I don't even know.
Is that a real thing?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the Simpsons broadcast?
I don't know. It's like a Nickelodeon type sort of deal. I think. I don't really know a lot of details about it. I just know they could not flex that game, even though they wanted to, because the Simpsons broadcast of it had already been produced. So,
I mean, they can't draw some more pictures?
I guess not. I don't know.
That's not a thing.
Today's technology, I would think you could just whip that up, but I guess not.
All right. I'm very much looking forward to that game
Me
more
too.
than I already was
Me
because of the
too.
Simpsons broadcast. Hey, what does one Division I college football program have in common with Michael Scott? That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we are watching a crash out in Marysville that has 33 eastbound shut down right around 245. Westbound lanes also slightly impacted by this. And here in the metro, we're watching a crash on 670 westbound right at the 71 split. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
We're back on the Nada Yada Island Confessions Show. Benny is about to tell us how he found two loves. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks to Metro, I found iPhone 12 and Apple Watch SE.
At Metro, get the perfect match of both iPhone 12 with 5G and Apple Watch SE for only $99.99. You heard that right. Both for just $99.99. Holidays with Nada Yada Yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number and ID, sign up for Metro Flex Plus, and add a watch line. Not available if you're with T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days. Limit 2 per account.
Make the most of your holidays with the Kroger app. You can enjoy over $600 in digital coupons every week. Get access to low prices and earn fuel points to save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. The Kroger app makes it easy to save this holiday season. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save on Private Selection Angus 90% lean ground sirloin. 1 pound packages are $5.99 each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
A single cloud can weigh 550 tons. A sports car fits inside a hippo's mouth. NJM Insurance puts policyholders first. Seems unbelievable, but it's all true and approved by legal. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Visit NJM.com for a quote.
Ready for your chance at the next big thing? The Ohio Lottery's Mega Millions jackpot is up to $579 million. That's $579 million. And with drawings every Tuesday and Friday, Ohio's original big jackpot game is getting bigger every week. Play Mega Millions today. And while you're at it, pick up the new holiday scratch-offs like Holiday Cash, Holiday Lucky Times 10, and Merry Money, perfect for gifting or treating yourself. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to the Fan. You can download the Fan app, or listen at home on your smart speaker, or open up the iHeartRadio app, or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at the Fan.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from Classic 3-Cheese, Pepperoni, or Extreme Meat Pizza. Save big with a $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
'Tis the season to be hungry at Roosters. That's why for every $50 spent on Roosters gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Rooster Buck back in your stocking. May your holidays be filled with friends and family, love and laughter, and of course, Roosters Wings. Go to roosterswings.com today or drop by any Roosters location to purchase your $50 holiday gift cards and receive a $10 Rooster Buck in return. Happy holidays from all of us at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Diamond Seller is bringing the world's finest jewelry to you at our annual holiday gala December 5th through December 7th. Celebrate the season of sparkle with up to 25% off for 1 weekend only at our Salmo Road location. Visit diamondseller.com/gala to learn more.
Hey, folks, it's game day, and the betting's going to be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right. You got to pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Trusted steel power in the palm of your hand. This holiday season, save $30 on the GTA 26 handheld garden pruner. Now just $149.99. Check off a gift from the top of their wish list and make trimming tree limbs a breeze with a lightweight design and 4-inch cutting bar. Visit your local steel dealer today or shop online at steelusa.com. Was $179.99 MSRP. Includes battery and charger. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Expect a chilly start to our day with temperatures starting off in the teens. We'll see some more clouds to our north, but otherwise expect mostly cloudy skies throughout the afternoon with highs only around freezing, which is near our average low temperature for this time of year. Tonight we fall back into those upper teens and lower 20s with partly cloudy skies, and then Saturday we're looking at temperatures to top out around 40 degrees with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm meteorologist Erica Calora.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Keep on swiping that card, baby. Keep on swiping that card. Charge it to winning. This is Morning Juice.
Thanks to Chris for the tweet. So I was telling you about the snot sucker. It's the manual snot sucker. That you put the tube into your kid's nose and you literally suck it out. You said that sucker you're talking about, they actually have one that's rechargeable and runs on batteries.
Yeah, but that's not as personal, but you don't feel as good with it.
That sounds way better. Way better. Way better than doing it the manual old-fashioned way. Thanks, Chris. I'll have to look into that. Because, again, I'm pretty sure you're just getting sick when you are literally sucking the snot out of their nose.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's just straight germs. Just
give me your tears, Gypsy. Yeah. Right in here. All your disease. Bring it on in.
Feeling all right. Feeling okay right now.
You're building your immune system right now.
I am. Yeah, Meredith's already got a pretty good one. I mean, she's around kids all day. So.
Oh, yeah. Those little dirt bags in middle school.
I'm around you, though. I mean, your kids via osmosis are around everybody.
Yeah. I mean, my kids are pretty good. My wife sounds like she's been smoking cigs now for the last month. Like, got some sort of emphysema-style cough going on. But I use a neti pot every day. I told Bo that. That's the secret. Every day in the shower, man, I throw that neti pot in. Yeah, I was using it twice a day because whenever I'm blowing leaves, you get all that dust and crap. I saw some stat, and don't even quote me on this. I feel like my father-in-law.
Make it up.
It's basically if he hears something, he just repedals the information.
Yeah.
I don't know this is accurate, but it's some.
Did you hear Urban Meyer was interested to come back at Ohio State?
That's what we're doing here. There is some abnormally large amount of sickness and like it's virus or infection, like, or you catch them through your nasal passages.
I believe that. And
so it's like use the neti pot. It's like boom, drains them out every day. And so after I work out, take a shower, use the neti pot. Poof, David Copperfield, feeling pretty good. So
you're not worried about the brain-eating amoeba with the neti pot?
Is that a thing? They
think
say
so.
It's from the neti pot?
Yeah.
Well, if you see me starting to, here's the thing. Maybe the brain-eating amoeba will only eat the part of my brain that's with CTE. Maybe that's kind of like a positive thing.
Carnivore diet.
Yeah, like, have you ever seen how, like, in Gladiator, like, they have the maggots eat the dead flesh off?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that amoeba will be like, hey, this part of your brain's already kind of shutting down. We'll just kind of trim that up for you there. Keep it high functioning.
To avoid getting a brain-eating amoeba from a neti pot, you should use distilled or sterilized water, which you guys have the filters in your house.
We have the filters.
So if you must use tap water, boil it for 1 minute, then let it cool. Store unused boiled water in clean, sanitized containers and tight covers, and make sure the solution is at room temperature before using.
So here's the thing. Like, has anyone never, like, I don't know, I guess, like, when you're drinking, I mean, I've laughed and coughed and, like, got water up my nose. I mean, I guess if you're doing it intentionally every day, it's got a greater chance of it happening.
Probably.
But I'm telling you, that amoeba's only going to eat the bad brain cells. I had a friend in high school. I think he ended up being the valedictorian. He wasn't in my class, and I won't reveal what class it was. But he ended up being our valedictorian. He went to Yale.
Nice.
And he used to smoke weed. And I'm like, man, pretty smart.
Well, it opens his mind, man.
We said, I go, that kills brain cells. He goes, but only the bad ones. He goes, the good ones are smart enough to get away. And I'm like, oh, that's a theory. I go, you're smarter than I am.
It's a pretty good theory.
I don't know if
works for him.
We've ever workshopped that or there's done any scientific testing on it, but fair enough. I go to each his own. So I'm going to absorb that same theory with the neti pot and the brain-eating amoeba. It's just going to debris, I guess, what the term they would use, the CTE parts of my brain, and maybe that's keeping me high functioning.
I think it's pretty good. Keep on using the neti pot. You'll be all right. I saw this story yesterday, and the first thing that popped into my mind was Michael Scott in The Office and Scott's Tots. First thing that popped into my mind. University of Tulsa football players and their families are claiming their coaches made verbal promises of NIL payments, but they haven't received anything. Quarterback Cooper Legas, who is speaking alongside linebacker Miles Jackson, told...
Wait, Legolas?
Legolas, yes.
Still around.
The elf. It's like 8,000 years old. Told the local news station in Tulsa, KTUL, they were using this money as leverage and then just kept getting pushback. Now the season's over and nobody ever got anything. Legas saying that he came to Tulsa expecting to get a decent amount of extra money, but he had to live off of his wife's salary as a receptionist. The players and their families say the problem has been compounded by the November 24th firing of head coach Kevin Wilson, former Buckeyes offensive coordinator, who they say was one of the staff members who promised tens of thousands of dollars in NIL money. Quote, he chose this over others. And part of the reason was the promise of the NIL money. Talking about when Cooper Legas, I guess, was picking a school. Typical first question says, what do you get? You'll get nothing and like it, Wilson said, quoting Caddyshack in a February press conference. Hurricane Impact has no contact with any of the TU, which is their NIL fund.
Yeah.
With any of the TU student football athletes, Coach Wilson, or any members of his staff regarding and partnering with the organizations. They'll have no further comment, said the collective. So basically, they promised all the money, said that we're going to get you money, and then at the end of the day, coaches said, we got nothing for you. It's like Scott's Tots.
Got you some computer batteries.
Everybody needs a laptop. So what I got you guys, rechargeable computer batteries.
I think they were laptop chargers, actually, is what he got them.
It was, laptop. Or
how did Tulsa do this year?
Bad. Well, he fired Kevin Wilson, so not good.
I mean, what was that, his second?
Second, I think.
Question mark? I've been looking through. What conference is Tulsa in?
Don't know.
Are they in the American?
Sure.
Yeah, they are in the American. They were 3-9.
I don't know what team team is in any conference anymore.
They were 3-9. They did beat UTSA. It was pretty good. But that's
2 years. This was the second year.
Oh, gosh, that's rough.
3-8.
I guess, I mean, fake it till you make it. Act as if you can make these promises, hopefully you win enough games, and then the money just materializes at the end of the year.
Didn't we see that with UNLV, with their quarterback at the beginning of the season?
Here's the irony. UNLV changed quarterbacks, and now they're playing
against Boise tonight
for a chance to go to the playoff.
Yeah.
So they benched the dude who thought he was too valuable. And here's the thing. I'm not sure if it was this is the problem with all of this. Is it the promise that was made that wasn't followed through, or was it a player that misinterpreted what it was, or a player trying to leverage and double down, saying they promised me more and I need more now, and now because I'm so good, you need to pay me that. I don't know which is which. I don't know which to believe in some of these situations.
Wilson told a third local news station, we had no money, zero. Couldn't give any money we didn't have.
And
they just had nothing.
I don't think that Kevin Wilson was hoarding the money to give to other people. They probably didn't have it. I mean,
there is no money.
I mean, one of the great lines, I'm going to paraphrase it here, is when one of them was like, Michael Scott, what you did was wrong. It was bad. And it let a lot of us down. He's like, believe me, I'm disappointed too. I thought I'd
be a millionaire by
now. And maybe that's part of it with Tulsa. Hey, I thought we would be able to get some more money. I'm disappointed as anybody. That's why they fired me, because we couldn't get good enough players, because we didn't have any NIL. That's the thing. Some of these schools, They have like no NIL dollars. Like it's just not a thing. If you're not good and you're not at a big time program, and even there, it's like there's ebbs and flows with it. It's not easy, and the Big Ten SEC are going to be fine because they're now getting $20 million from the athletic departments, and so it's going to be a little different with how that money's going to work there. But at the end of it, there's a sharp divide, and some of these schools they just don't have it. Like they would give it away. It's like the coaches are the ones hoarding it or anything. Like, they know that they need to win.
Like dirty cops, where it's like, hey, look at this drug money we got.
This isn't Denzel and Training Day.
Correct.
It's a bad situation.
Sound not good at all.
How would it sound if we just split those miles right down the middle?
Not good at all. Once you throw some of the miles our way. Love inside jokes. I hope to be a part of one someday. Austin Ward, he's going to join the program. We'll talk some Buckeyes with him next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are watching a 4-car crash out in Marysville. This is on 33 eastbound. It is shut down right near 245. Westbound lanes also slightly impacted. And here in the metro, we are watching a crash on 670 westbound. The left shoulder blocked off in those westbound lanes right near the 71-670 split. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Get a holiday loan and choose loan amounts from $1,000 to $5,000.
Visit bmifcu.org/holiday loan for details.
Year-end pricing. New Kias under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
$5? You see, Max, the holidays drive everyone crazy. Especially Great Lakes Kia.
Hi, mister. Did you hear? Year-end pricing.
Thanks, kid, but my credit's in the doghouse. No offense, Max.
If you've got a job, you ride.
A job, eh? Go on.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All three under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
New 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with third row seating. All three under $5 a day. Save thousands.
Thousands?
And we have 0% financing.
I'm tingly. I can't take it.
You're happy.
New Kias under $5 a day.
During the season of New Tradition sales event.
Great cars.
Great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Streaming December 19th.
Something really terrible has been happening to all the people I've had sex with. They're kind of dying.
It's a love story with a body count. Starring Stephanie Hsu and Zasha Mamet.
Dating is already impossible, and now people are dying. It's like, can you? I cannot.
Laid, a new comedy series. Streaming December 19th, only on Peacock.
I think I have to warn them. I was hoping you'd say that. Roll on some deodorant and we'll head out.
Make some space. Wendy's new mushroom bacon cheeseburger is entering the chat for a limited time only. Savory roasted mushrooms, crispy bacon, melted Munster cheese, and creamy garlic spread, all resting on Wendy's fresh, never frozen beef. We know not everyone loves mushrooms, but let your mouth do the thinking here. It's a tasteful fusion, unlike anything you've sunk your teeth into. And it's coming from Wendy's, so you know you're getting flavors worth in every bite. But if you want to ignore the happiness just because you think you don't like mushrooms, we won't stop you. We'll be here, hanging out with the new burger in town for some mushroomy, bacony goodness. Gotta be Wendy's.
Did you know we have another station? More Buckeyes, more play-by-play, more everything.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2 or listen on the Fan app.
Your home for almost too much football. The Fan.
Bobcat Enterprises has rebates and write-offs to give you a competitive edge in 2025. Through the end of the year, we're offering up to $3,000 in cash rebates on all inventory. This year's tax deductions are bigger than ever, and you can apply to lease, finance, or directly purchase equipment. Spend it before the government gets it and build local. Stop by Bobcat Enterprises in Hilliard, Reynoldsburg, or Zanesville, or see our full line of products at bobcatent.com today.
Offer expires 12/31/24.
Ready to take on the open road? Bobby Carpenter here. Get behind the wheel of power and reliability at Germain Toyota. Right now, drive off in a 2024 Tacoma SR 4x4 for just $329 a month. That's 39 months with 10,000 miles per year. Only $32.99 due at signing. Or step up to the rugged 2024 Tundra SR5 4x4 for just $399 a month with $39.99 due at signing. Both built tough, built to last. Hurry into Germain Toyota where adventure begins. Offers end soon. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road and online at GermainToyota.net. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Here's a listener tweet. Can I tase Common Man in the nuts? Fine by us, but he may like it. Common Man and Tebow.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
The Fan. What's the going rate for a good babysitter? Also, Shark needs a raise. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hey, coming up 1 hour away from right now, 8:33 this morning, AJ Hawk, he's going to join the program. But as always, at this time on a Football Friday.
A guy who considers himself the mayor of Laramie, Wyoming, who holds the shuffleboard record at the Ranger, and most impressive, the commissioner of the Central Ohio Two-Man Scramble League. Here's Austin Ward.
And Austin is brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss as we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline, checking with our good friend Commish. Happy Friday. Good to talk to you. Spent some time with you here earlier in the week. How are we feeling about the Buckeyes on this Friday?
What a great question. I don't know. It's mixed emotions, Beamer. It's been a long week. I'm glad we've made it to the end of it, to a Football Friday. Was hoping to be spending some time in a glorious Midwestern city like Indianapolis this weekend, but obviously that's not going to happen. But that means that Ohio State has already clinched the college football playoff berth. So that's reason to celebrate, I think, right? We'll find out what that is on Sunday, and then getting to spend a chance to get in the horseshoe again on what I think will be December 21st, likely in prime time. So, and a signing class, one of the best in the country, was inked on Wednesday of this week. So, yeah, I can't think of anything that we should really be dwelling on that's negative or seismic or life-changing for the program.
It was. The one disappointing thing is on Wednesday, someone texted me, they're like, hey, I've got 4 o'clock reservations at St. Elmo's for 6. Do you know anybody that might want them still? I'm like, well, unfortunately, I do not. Everybody that I know would have gone if the Buckeyes were there. No one else outside of Shark bought tickets independently. Maybe he could have gone.
It doesn't look like anybody's going, Bob. Look at the get-in price for this game.
How is Penn State not going? I mean, I know it's not the closest drive, but it's drivable.
Saving money for the Rose Bowl, Bob.
I guess. Maybe they think James Franklin's going to win and they'll get the bye and they'll be good. By the way, is that not the greatest? Would that not be the greatest troll of like the history of college football? If the guy who can't win the big game somehow waltzes in with the number 1 seed in the Big Ten title?
That would definitely troll me, Bob. I have made many, many, many comments about James Franklin's inability to do that. I would be, frankly, stunned if that happens against Oregon tomorrow night, but I guess that's what makes it such a great troll. It's hard for me to envision a path forward for them. Penn State's got, I feel just kind of awkward saying this stuff because everyone in the top 12 has flaws on their resume outside of Oregon, which didn't lose a game. But, explain to me how Penn State is already in the position it is with, no wins of consequence. And, if Ryan Day has been under fire and is under fire currently, that's been James Franklin's life in Happy Valley for the last 5 years with that fan base, which is another reason why I think there's so many tickets available. So, I guess we'll see. Stranger things have happened and happen all the time in college football, but I think that's one game where you look at, and if James Franklin goes true to form, it's one that could help Ohio State move up a seed line or maybe 2 based on, what happens elsewhere with Georgia and Texas, and then makes that game, a 6-11 or 7-10 for Ohio State in the horseshoe instead of being in the 8-9 slot.
Yeah, so getting about a 95% chance, I would say. I don't know a pathway where they don't get the home game. We'll get into that in a minute. I want to talk about some news. I guess it was finally dispelled. And Urban came out. I don't know why he even had to make this statement. It was wild that there was that much traction, I guess, of him potentially coming back to coaching, which I don't know if I didn't think he would want to. And honestly, Austin, so much has changed in the last 6 years. I don't know if he would have been as effective. And I think he may be self-aware enough to realize that now with how everything is. But dispelling those rumors. And then also, they talked about the players meeting and the coaches post-game meeting and all this and how there was some sort of altercation. Players, coaches need to be restrained from each other. I mean, do you care to throw a bucket of water on either of those?
Yeah, like you said with Urban, I don't know why that would be necessary. I think you and I have both had conversations with him over the last 4 years where it was very clear that he did not think that college football was the right fit for him anymore. He knew that and really didn't even seem all that gung-ho about getting into coaching, period, until Jacksonville put that huge contract in front of him and he decided to take one swing there. That's, everything you mentioned with the transfer portal and NIL, he knows how daunting that is and really works in counter to the way he has always operated a program. So add in more age, the risk to his health, the fact that there is not an Ohio State job even open for him to pursue. I don't really understand where that came from or why, but it's not something that is practical or even going to be considered as a solution on the Ohio State end. So none of that made any sense whatsoever to me. In terms of, Monday night, post-game Saturday, to me, I don't think it was anything out of the ordinary. That's why I didn't feel the need to report on that. We were certainly aware of all of the same conversations that other people were having, but college football teams are full of passionate people. They lost the game. They were trying to regroup, and they were still having meetings and still preparing to practice. So unless someone got significantly injured that I'm not aware of, Ohio State having a meeting and tensions running hot, Bob, that's normal, yep. At least in my opinion. So
but no fights, no restraining, no craziness you're hearing about? Because I didn't hear it either.
Yeah, I'm not aware of any of that, Bob. So, and that's why, every time Ohio State meets, someone's voice might get raised. And I don't think that rises to the level of needing to report on that. But that's not, I don't mean that as a criticism or of anybody else or people who are interested and want more information. I definitely understand why, because there's a lot of intrigue going on with everything that's in the Woody Hayes Athletic Center right now. But to me, it didn't register, or at least nobody told me anything that made it to the point where I felt like we needed to talk about it publicly.
Hey, Commish, before we get you out of here in your last minute or so, Ryan Day was talking about looking at the offensive line going into the playoffs. What could a potential shakeup look like as they get ready for their game on the 20th or 21st?
Yeah, I'd really like to know what those options are, because I don't think it can include left tackle. Ryan Day did mention that. Maybe during the game on Saturday they could have moved Donovan Jackson back inside. I don't see how. The issue for Ohio State has been the lack of depth and experience at tackle. That's why Donovan Jackson moved out there after Zen Michalski's injury, since it wasn't just Josh Simmons. So I guess I thought Zen Michalski, every indication I got was that he would be out for the rest of the season. He wasn't designated as such, but if there's a chance he could come back, maybe that would be a way that Donovan Jackson could move inside. I think it has to be more primarily focused with, the issue has been at right guard. It is not a new one. Tegra Shabola has been struggling, so that might, force a shuffle or lead to thinking about a shuffle where Carson Hinsman could go back to guard, or Luke Montgomery could play guard and Josh Padilla could play center. But that still would surprise me, Beamer, because then you'd be talking about another new starter heading into a playoff game, and Josh Padilla has only played 29 snaps in his Ohio State career, and then you're going to be throwing him out there against, Tennessee or Alabama. I mean, if it's Indiana, Sure. That's been a game where Ohio State has experimented plenty in the past in actual Big Ten games. But if I had to bet on it now, it still feels more likely than not that the same starting five would be out there for the playoff. But they've got 2 weeks to prepare, and we'll see if anything transpires in those practices that change their thinking.
Austin, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Have a great weekend, buddy, and we'll check in again next week, okay?
Sounds great. See you, man.
There he goes. Austin Ward with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We're going to get juice next. Morning juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching a shutdown out in Marysville on 33 eastbound right near 245. Westbound lanes also impacted by this 4-vehicle crash. And here in the Metro, 670 westbound slow moving right near the 71 split due to a crash. Crews are working to clear up in the left shoulder. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Football is all about scoring big, and so is Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With 4 dealerships and a collision center, you're sure to find the perfect vehicle. Plus, every vehicle purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Our Carvenience service picks up your car, gives you a rental, and returns it without you lifting a finger. Score big today. Experience the difference and visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Meyer holiday deals are here. Shop Meyer to find gifts for everyone on your list and save money while you're at it. This week at Meyer, earn a $10 coupon when you spend $100 or more in store. Redeemable December 8th through the 14th. Plus, Yankee Candle products are buy one, get one of equal or lesser value for just $1. And for the young at heart, enjoy 25% off toys from popular brands like Disney Princess, Fisher-Price, and Little Live Pets. Shop Meyer and bring joy to the holiday season. Some exclusions apply. See Meyer.com for details.
Get Eco.
ECO. Hey, Aaron, did you know I invented one of the most important things in the whole toilet industry?
You did? What was it?
I invented jiggling the handle.
You did that? Doesn't everybody just...
Think back to the first time you jiggled the handle on a toilet that wouldn't stop running. It was because somebody shouted, "Jiggle the handle."
I guess now that I think about it.
Well, that person was told by somebody, and that somebody was told by somebody, and it all traces back to me.
Get Eco.
ECO.
So, as oppressive as that is, Jerry, you know people could just get Eco to come and fix their toilet so it doesn't run on.
That would also work, I guess.
Get Eco.
ECO.
And once we fix it, it's fixed. You don't have to jiggle the handle next time.
No, you're right. That is better.
Although we should keep passing your wisdom along, in case it happens at somebody else's house.
Thanks, Aaron.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Rothman and Ice.
They feel like they got a gym. This is like, hey, you know what? You're dating that girl. We're like a month in. It ain't getting better than this. I'm proposing. I'm getting down on one knee.
Rothman and Ice. Weekdays at noon.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus.
The Fan.
During the Ram Wrap-Up the Year sales event, take advantage of huge deals on a wide selection of Ram trucks. Right now, well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $469 a month for 42 months with $3,652 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 1/2.
Ready for your chance at the next big thing? The Ohio Lottery's Mega Millions jackpot is up to $579 million. That's $579 million. And with drawings every Tuesday and Friday, Ohio's original big jackpot game is getting bigger every week. Play Mega Millions today. And while you're at it, pick up the new holiday scratch-offs like Holiday Cash, Holiday Lucky Times 10, and Merry Money, perfect for gifting or treating yourself. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
ABC Wednesdays.
Y'all can play all day. We want books. We want paper towels in the classroom. Bet you want raises, too. I'm still waiting on the paper towels.
Abbott Elementary returns with a new season.
We asked the district for more after-school programs. They gave us $50 for class pets instead.
Critics cheer. Abbott Elementary continues to be one of the funniest and most beloved shows on TV.
What y'all doing out there? Taking bribes? Proud of y'all.
Abbott Elementary, Wednesdays, 9:30, 8:30 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Expect a cold start to our Friday morning with temperatures in the teens. We rise only to about 32 for the afternoon under mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Temperatures will be between 10 and 15 degrees below normal for this time of year. Tonight will drop down to around 20 degrees under mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. And tomorrow, I expect sun and some clouds with highs around 40 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm meteorologist Erica Calora.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Columbus, Worthington, Air, and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
In high school, Bobby was a district swimming finalist. Also, Beamer still wears floaties. This is Morning Juice.
Hey, the college football playoff selections are being announced this Sunday. You can tune in at noon as The Fan and 10 TV present Chasing the Championship. Sponsored by Logan Services, you can join 10 TV's Dom Tiberi, Adam King, along with Timmy Hall, Dane Sanzenbacher, as The Fan, from The Fan, as they break down the Buckeyes' first-round matchup. It's a digital-only show streaming live on The Fan's YouTube channel and 10 TV Plus. Don't miss the action. You can watch Sunday beginning at noon. So that's when the selection shows happen.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Oh, Bob, big Friday, buddy. It's got you fired up today.
Well, we got family pictures tonight, Bean. What's better than that? Who's got it better than us?
Nobody.
No, it'll be
How'd
beautiful.
it go last year for you guys?
Not terrible.
Was it a couple of years ago that it was a disaster?
Cullen was a conscientious objector, wouldn't smile, and was like a little angry elf. And then the only way we could entice my daughter, this was 2 years ago, is she had to get some solo glamour shots. And so we got that done. So
Napoleon Dynamite glamour shots?
Well, there we go. It was like her. And I get it. So we've got that. We got my son has swim practice today, so we got to wait till after that to get it done. But we've got that. That's it's got me juiced. The best part is, tonight we have basketball practice from 7:45 to 9:15. So, I mean, in case you're wondering.
Friday night happy hour.
Yeah, if you're wondering well, here's the problem. I couldn't even have a happy hour beforehand because we only have 9 players.
Oh,
sometimes we have 8. Last time we only had 7. And so guess who was doing zigzag drill back and forth? Just legs burning. Dying with these guys. So, I mean, it'll be good, but that's staring that down the barrel of that.
Couple of pops beforehand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I'll be sweating bad. Can't have a couple of pops and go do zigzag drill. I'll be pouring sweat, man. It'll be brutal. It's just how it functions.
Me again, buddy.
Oh, it's brutal. So yeah, we got that nice.
That's
little
a
Saturday.
late Friday night practice.
Yeah, I'm glad that you picked up on that, Beam. 5:30
I'm
to
just
7.
thinking about it. Yeah, 5 o'clock to 7, okay, but 7:45 to 9:15.
If we're getting done after 7:30, it's what are we doing? It's just lack of gym space, and that's brutal. So that's going to be juiced in a negative way. In a positive way, though, about 12:30, 12:45 on Sunday, you're going to learn the fate of the Ohio State Buckeyes and what's going on there. So it's going to be exciting. I don't know. There shouldn't be nerves. We're going to. So the Bobalytics are telling you it's 95% chance of getting a home game. All right, so we should feel good about that. Be in a positive mood. We got that John Maxwell over there still, Bose?
We got it, yep.
Let's play that, because that'll put you in a positive mood.
Nothing happens till you take action. Nobody ever thought their way to success. Nobody ever hoped their way to success. Nobody ever wrote goals on a planner to success. They acted. The moment that you and I act, the moment that you and I move, the moment that you and I take action, action is what attracts. It's the action. It's the movement that people say, oh my, look at them. Look what they're doing. Look where they're going. And the moment that I began to take action, I began to attract people. I began to attract resources. I began to attract opportunities. All this stuff, it doesn't come to you. Quit waiting for it. It isn't coming. You go to it, and you make it happen.
What's Slay's got to say, Bodes?
If there is one thing that the Lord blessed me with, He blessed me with Metroflex Gym in the 90s, where I worked out with grown men and women. That was an experience. I had a dialogue with adults. I had to get super bumpy and train my face off, or they would make fun of me and never let me back.
It's a great day. There you go.
What's got me juiced today, guys? It's Friday, ahead of the championship game weekend. I know the Buckeyes aren't playing tomorrow. I know that's tough for you guys, but I'm telling you, I've lived my whole life without caring about conference championship games. It's fine. The independent waters, just come on. It's nice and warm over here. Also, what's got me juiced, I know Carp was going to hit this on Today in History. I said, I got it. I'm going to hit this with what's got you juiced, because 3 years ago today, guys, on 2021 of December 6th, this right here happened.
They and many others brought us to this day, but what most significantly brought us to this day in such short order was that we had available to us the best possible candidate in America to lead this program and protect this culture and serve this university. Ladies and gentlemen, the 30th head coach of the University of Notre Dame, Marcus Freeman.
To Father Jenkins, Jack Swarbrick, thank you for challenging everything. Thank you for making a decision to believe in a 35-year-old first-time head coach. And I vow to work tirelessly to never disappoint you.
As the self-appointed captain of the Marcus Freeman bandwagon, there was a lot of talk happening back in week 2. A lot of talk after that Northern Illinois loss. First off, I'd like to say a lot of people point out we lost to NIU. Nobody ever seems to point out we beat Miami, Ohio, who's playing in the MAC championship game, but whatever, that's beside the point. But all that talk after the NIU
you're
loss.
A monster.
As the self-appointed captain of the Freeman bandwagon, we just kept listening to his words. Choose hard, win the interval, reload, hard. One play, one life. 10 weeks later, or 10 games later, I should say. Got a couple buys in there, but yeah, one play, one life. That's the motto we live by. 10 straight wins. The Irish are ahead of the playoffs. I'm going to South Bend in a couple weeks.
Oh, you are?
I had to be there.
Good.
I had to be there.
Save that. All right, so
okay.
we'll get into that.
Go ahead, Beam.
We'll get into that coming up in our next segment. What's got me fired up? I feel like we're meeting Santa Claus like 1,000 times this year.
Don't remember none of them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're doing. So tonight, Meredith's playing Mahjong with her friends. I'm super.
Speaking of old.
Yeah, super pumped about that. So me and Willie are going to get to hang out on Friday, which is cool. I'll be excited. See if he feels better when I get home. Hopefully he did. I didn't get like a disaster text from Meredith this morning, so that's good. So she's playing Mahjong
Do they
tomorrow.
have an investor meeting club? Investor club meeting?
They
afterwards?
should.
Does Michael Scott come and pitch
They
to them?
should have an investor meeting club. She's got that tonight. And then tomorrow we're going up to Powell to hang out with my dad and my stepmom. So Dee Dee and Pop. We're going to meet Santa up there, which will be great. And then Sunday, where Willie does the little gym, they're having like a Santa meet and greet. So we're going back to back Saturday and Sunday, meeting the big fella, which is great. And then we put a Santa in our house yesterday. He usually lives outside, but since we have an inflatable gnome outside, we've now moved Santa inside. And so the entire night last night, William's just like high-fiving Santa, ho, ho, ho. Like, that's what he was doing. I'm like, that's great. You're not going to remember any of this, but that's terrific. So that's what's got me fired up. And that he was feeling better last night was great. And he was still sleeping at 7 o'clock this morning, which was about 12 plus hours that he was down for last night. So we will take that to the bank, and we're going to run with it. What games are we most looking forward to in Conference Championship weekend and Bodie's trip to South Bend coming up next? Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching a shutdown out in Marysville on 33 eastbound right near 245. Westbound lanes also impacted by this 4-vehicle crash. And here in the Metro, 670 westbound slow moving right near the 71 split due to a crash. Crews are working to clear up in the left shoulder. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Dormar, your kind of hero.
Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarhvac.com.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to Truehold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And Truehold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. Truehold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a Truehold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. Truehold.com.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
We're back on the Nada Yada Island Confessions Show. Benny is about to tell us how he found two loves. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks to Metro, I found iPhone 12 and Apple Watch SE.
At Metro, get the perfect match of both iPhone 12 with 5G and Apple Watch SE for only $99.99. You heard that right. Both for just $99.99. Holidays with Nada Yada Yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number and ID, sign up for Metro Flex Plus, and add a watch line. Not available if you're with T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days. Limit 2 per account.
Hey folks, when it comes to Christmas trees, don't get played by foreign plastic. Just like you wouldn't replace a prize QB with a mannequin. Don't replace American Farm Fresh trees with fake foreign plastic. These farm families are the MVPs of Christmas, growing champions right here on American soil. They're not sitting on the bench. They're out there every day growing real Christmas traditions. Make the winning choice, Farm Fresh Christmas trees, not foreign plastic that pollutes. Visit GetRealKeepItReal.com to find your local farm MVP.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning, everybody. Wells. Happy Football Friday, everybody. Week 14 of the NFL's regular season got started in Detroit last night. That's where the Lions beat the Packers 34-31 on a 35-yard field goal at the buzzer. Detroit improves to 12-1 on the season, and they have clinched a spot in the postseason. Green Bay falls to 9-4. In hockey, the Jackets took a 1-0 lead just over 2 minutes into the game last night, but the Oilers took over from there as the CBJ fell in Edmonton by a final score of 6-3. It was the first of a back-to-back for Columbus as they're at Vancouver tonight. Face-off is at 10 o'clock. You can hear that game right here on the Fan starting at 9:30. And in the NBA, 4 different Cavaliers players scored 20 or more points as they beat the Nuggets 126-114 last night. The Cavs moved to a league-best 20-3 on this season. This update is sponsored by Dormar Heating and Air Conditioning. Need an emergency repair? Dormar can be there today, guaranteed. Visit them at dormarheating.com.
One of these guys thinks Clintonville was named after Bill Clinton. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour 3 for us here on a Friday. Coming up here at 8:33 this morning, AJ Hawk. He's going to join the program. Talk a little football. Talk a little his talk with Trask, some holistic medicine, all kinds of good stuff with AJ. Again, here in about a half hour, 8:33 this morning.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, your destination for top-of-the-line grills with up to 30-year warranties. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
While that was playing, I just got the shivers. I know you agree with me in here. I'm freezing cold.
Yeah, it's uncomfortably cold. And our producer studio, Bodie is probably a little toasty.
Yeah. It feels good, though.
But
it feels good.
It feels good. It's like going over to a trash can fire. Like I go in there to get warmed up, to de-thaw a little bit. I'm going to bring in a heater next week.
I'm with you.
I'm going to turn that bad boy up as high as it'll go. I'm going to get this place warmed up a little bit.
Bobby started the fire.
Because it's uncomfortable. Either that or I'm going to get a trash can and we're just going to have a fire in here.
I vote for that option.
That'd be nice. I like the little impromptu trash can bum fire, but...
Yeah, little metal tin trash can.
Are there any...
No, there's no smoke alarms in here.
We're good. There's no...
Right. I set the smoke alarm off in my house a couple of times last night.
You burning J's?
I was roasting a chicken last night, and my oven didn't like to be at 450 degrees. and it just straight up bellowed.
Well, the heat probably, yeah. It's maybe more the heat than the smoke because those things will usually go off because of heat too.
Yeah, for sure. So that was no good. William, not a fan of the smoke alarm. Hated it.
Yeah, I can imagine. Who doesn't hate it?
Yeah, it's just so jarring.
My old house, I took all the smoke detectors out.
We've had this conversation before. We're not going to do it again.
I mean,
that's your prerogative. It's your house. You can do whatever you want.
I'm irresponsible, whatever. Listen, I'm good. AJ drives with fix a flat and does a lot of other things that are irresponsible.
Drives with 2 feet, too.
Drives with 2 feet. Shares a lot of probably misguided opinions on certain things, like I do. It's mostly due out of Yeah, it's mostly due out of stubbornness and convenience. Like, if your battery's going to die and it's going to beep and all this crap, I don't need people to protect me from things. I don't need the government to regulate everything in my life and try to shepherd me to safety. I'm fine. If I die in my house in my sleep, more power to them. Smoke inhalation, there's worse ways to go. I promise you that. Burning alive, now that would be a rough one.
It's a different story.
Yeah, that would be a rough one. That's why
the worst scene in Game of Thrones was the burning at the stake scene.
I don't need to talk about that. The daughter situation.
No, that was awful.
I like to look more to a more positive one, where Last of the Mohicans, where old boy buries a bullet in the guy's head at the end, so that he doesn't have to get burned alive. I watched that for
the first time a couple of years ago.
How great is it?
Oh, it's really
they're running through the woods and the soundtrack's
unbelievable.
We used to listen to the Last Mohican soundtrack before games because I'm like, dude, nothing would get me juiced up like that and Gladiator. Like, you listen to Last Mohicans.
Is that Hans? Did Hans do that?
Oh yeah, you're sprinting through the woods, ready to go do what you need to do. It's awesome. Bo, do you ever see Last Mohicans?
Of course he hasn't.
I have not. Nope.
Oh, what are you talking about?
It's great.
Why would you ever think Bodie would have ever seen Last of the Mohicans?
Seen Project X?
How did that even come up?
Because I'm trying to think of something more contemporary.
You know what I saw a couple weeks ago that I thought, look, this is not the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life, but it was pretty good. I think it was called Focus with Will Smith and Margot Robbie. You guys ever seen that movie?
No.
It's pretty good.
Well, Margot Robbie, that's something that's probably
it's a win.
Then.
Will Smith, too.
I like Willie. Yeah, that's great. Project X.
Project X is fantastic. It's not Miles, right?
Yeah, Miles Teller's in there.
Project
so,
X?
Right? The party movie, right?
Yeah. I think he's the main actor in it, right?
I don't know if he's the main. I think he plays like a little cameo in there.
Wait, really? He's in that?
Oh, yeah. Okay, he is.
I've never even
seen it.
Yeah, he is.
Didn't he play like himself? Or am
I haven't seen that.
So there's a movie coming out. Gosh, I don't even know where it went.
Y2K.
Yes.
You were pumped about that.
Y2K, which it's produced by Jonah Hill. I think it has a very Project X super bad feel to it. And I'm debating whether that's going to be appropriate for me to take my kids on Christmas.
We should watch the trailer during the break. See what it's about.
Okay, well, my computer's dead, and these computers don't have sound. So.
And on my phone, I can't get on YouTube because the company Wi-Fi.
But don't worry, it can. If you load it now, maybe by the next 10 minutes, we'll have the 30-second trailer loaded up.
Thanks, Richard said, Last of the Mohicans on the YouTube chat. Randy Edelman and Trevor Jones did that, so it wasn't a Hans Zimmer. But
the score of it is tremendous.
Yeah, it's really good.
Kudos to those guys.
Lions 34, Packers 31 last night in Thursday Night Football. Lions did clinch a playoff spot. Dan Campbell going for it on a 4th and 1.
Went for a lot of fourth downs.
He did. They're not scared to do that. So they officially clinch a playoff spot.
You see how thick Dan Campbell's neck is? He's not scared of anything.
Who do you think does more neck weight, AJ or Dan Campbell?
Probably now Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
I bet AJ. I doubt AJ does a whole lot of neck anymore. We'll have to put that on the list of other things to ask him.
Holistic medicine.
It's amazing because John Simon, he can't. I haven't done shrugs or done any like shoulder and neck work for years. I'm like every once in a while, I'm like, you know what? Let me see if I can do that. Let me make like a concerted effort over the next 3 to 4 weeks. Start working some like shoulder and neck work. I don't want to get too big because all my shirts are sized to 18. I can't. I mean, AJ and I used to always try to get like 20-inch necks. That was the goal. And then you have to buy custom shirts and everything else. It's a mess.
Can't buy them off the rack.
No, because if you buy them at like even a big and tall, it looks like a tent because your neck to waist ratio, I mean, if you're keeping it like, you want to have your waist to neck, I guess, 36, probably about 2 to 1 or maybe even a little less than that. So you're not getting that with the big and tall. You need to get that thing tapered down. But I started trying to do it again. John Simon was like, he was in there working. He's like, I can't. My neck, his neck was hurting. So, you know what? It's been like 3 or 4 years since I've actually done a lot of shoulders and neck work. Let me see if I can do that again. And I started, and then after about, I say 3 days, like 3 different, I do it twice a week. I'll do a little work on that. And Beam, last week, my neck, I couldn't turn. I woke up from a nap. It just ached. I couldn't turn it. Like, it was aching and then turning and having sharp pains. There was a lot of badness. I'm like, well, I guess my hypothesis on if I just ignore it for a while, it'll go away. And it does. But if I ever try to do it again, it'll come back abruptly.
Doesn't sound good at all. Doesn't sound fun.
It's terrible is what it is.
Jackets penalty kill last night, bad. Again, Oilers take them down 6-3. They're in action tonight.
Fairness, Edmonton's really good.
Yeah, Edmonton's good. They were in the Stanley Cup final last year. So you got them at home a month or so ago when Connor McDavid went out. And then you got beat last night in Edmonton. So they're back in action tonight on the back-to-back against the Canucks at 10 o'clock. 9:30 coverage for us begins on the Fan. By the way, 2 Central Ohio teams in state championships today up in Canton. 3 o'clock today. Waterson will take on Toledo Central Catholic at 3, and then at 7:30 tonight in Division 1, Olentangy Liberty will face off with Moeller at 7:30. So let's go.
There we go.
Let's get it done.
Hope we get one Central Ohio championship. I think Waterson's got a pretty good shot of winning it. Liberty, that would be a monumental upset. Moeller, very good this year.
Yeah, very, very good. Ohio State men's basketball in action tomorrow against Rutgers. At noon, 11 a.m. coverage begins for us. And then on Sunday, Ohio State women's basketball will take on Illinois at home at 4 o'clock, 3:45 for us on ESPN Columbus. Then we'll be airing the Browns and the Steelers game Sunday at 1 o'clock, 11 a.m. coverage for us. Bodie, you said you were going to the Notre Dame's home playoff game, correct?
That's correct, yep.
So more than likely that's going to be, I would assume, that Friday night.
You're getting the Friday night.
You're going to get the Friday primetime game. Who do you? Because right now, what is it? Bama.
It's Bama.
Yeah, you want
that would be great. I think you guys can beat Bama.
Oh, I know we can. We owe them some
None of those teams in the SEC are like world beaters this year. Now, if they play great, it'll be hard, but they've been all over the place, and it's going to be a little frigid.
Get Bama revenge for Manti, and Everett Golson, and Theo Riddick, and Kyle Hamilton, and everybody else on that 2012 and 2020 team when they ran us off the field.
Well, they did that a lot.
They did, yeah.
To be fair with them,
a lot of teams.
I don't know. With Bama, they're either the best team in college football, like when they're really good, or they're really bad.
Yeah.
Like there's no in between.
Like I've been hoping that Oregon really puts it on Penn State tomorrow night because I think we could slide into the 5 slot. And then we could play.
I think there's a decent chance you could get the 5 slot either way. If they beat them by more than 2 scores, I think that
Oregon, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because if Oregon loses,
they'll get the 5.
They'll get the 5. Yeah, just like Ohio State or Oregon, the loser of that game would have been.
But even the 6, like if Texas or Georgia, you guys could beat either of those teams.
Well, the 6 though, we would play probably the ACC winner though, which is. I'm glad we at least got up to that 6 line because at 6 we could play. We would play the 3 seed.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In the second round.
Yes, you're correct.
And that would be the first game, obviously.
That'd be fine. Oh, the SMU.
Yeah. But I would still, right now, I think, what is it? What's Penn State? I know it's not going to end this way. Well, it might, but Penn State's the 5, and right now they play Arizona. They host Arizona State, and then Boise at a neutral site. Like, sign me up for that.
That's a pretty good path.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not
How
bad.
much did you pay for the ticket?
They weren't cheap.
That's $183, like face value to get in for Ohio State.
Yeah,
that's what they
were. You overface? Overface?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But it wasn't like.
What is the last time that Notre Dame's had a home playoff game?
Well, they've never had a
exactly.
home playoff game.
No one ever has.
And I would like to think that we're going to be a regular in this thing.
But you could have gone to the first.
Year 1, first one. Friday night.
If you have it, go for it, man. You're a diehard fan. You think about them every day.
I'm just going to say this, and I try not to think about this too much because I get way too ahead of myself. I think this is the best chance we've ever had in my life. Part of that's because I think we're pretty good.
Don't do that.
Part of that's because
everybody else isn't very good.
Exactly. There is not a 2018 Clemson, 2020 Bama.
Those teams aren't out there.
2019 LSU.
There's no juggernaut this year. I keep telling everybody that. I've seen Bama, Georgia, and Tennessee all in person. I'm telling you, I'm watching these guys warm up. I'm looking at them like
different than what they were in the past.
Yeah, there's no dudes out there. I'm like, this guy's a problem.
Why not us?
Yeah, it's like,
why not us? Come on, Freeman. There's third year from Notre Dame coaches tend to be pretty magical.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to give them a lifetime $20 million a year contract.
Good. If we won, 25. I wouldn't care. They could shut down the program.
He gets 1% of the tithing worldwide.
That in.
He's in.
What do you think
He's
that
all
number
in.
is?
I don't know. Billions.
More than $20 million a year.
Of course.
Oh,
I think they got a good shot.
remarkable.
And I'm telling you this, the home playoff game for Ohio State, Penn State, and Notre Dame should matter. Because unless we get some sort of pop of warmth, it's going to be different for those teams coming up here because the majority of their players reside from south of the Mason-Dixon line, and they are not equipped. I don't even know this. Like, this is real. I was asking Hester, like Jacob Hester's at LSU, I go, do you guys even have cold gear?
That's a really good question.
Who's the one? Missouri? Kentucky, kind of? Like, but outside of that, if you don't, like, do you have, like,
Missouri would be equipped with cold gear.
The rest of the SEC, like if you're not playing them on a regular basis, like if you were in the West before and you weren't playing them consistently, do you keep like fully stacked cold gear? Like I doubt it.
Probably not. Why would they?
Yeah, there's no need to.
Yeah, why would they? There's no need for that.
You guys are just talking me into it more. Might throw some money down. I might take whatever I paid for the tickets.
Double down on
I'll
it.
get my money back if we just win the next
that's
4.
right.
Hey, I think outside of Oregon, I don't know if anybody's won as many in a row. Boise probably has. I guess they lost week 1 and then they've won outright. But so one of the hottest teams, not the hottest team going into the tournament, but one of.
Hey,
gotta believe, baby.
You gotta believe, Bodes. You gotta believe because then the letdown is that much worse afterwards. Sorry to everyone out there that wanted Urban back on the sidelines here in Columbus. That's next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic
from the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching a shutdown out in Marysville on 33 eastbound right near 245. Westbound lanes also impacted by this 4-vehicle crash. And here in the Metro, 670 westbound slow moving right near the 71 split due to a crash. Crews are working to clear up in the left shoulder. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Do you need a new health insurance plan? Now is the time to get one. Literally. If you want Affordable Care Act coverage that starts January 1st, just make sure you apply by December 15th. But don't stress, Health Markets can help. At healthmarkets.com, you could look for available plans or find a licensed insurance agent. They'll answer your questions and when you're ready, even help you apply for your plan. Start the new year off with a plan that fits your needs and budget by visiting healthmarkets.com. Health Markets Insurance Agency, Inc. is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts.
During the Ram Wrap Up the Year sales event, take advantage of huge deals on a wide selection of Ram trucks. Right now, well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $469 a month for 42 months with $3,652 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Extra charge for miles over 35,000. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 1/2.
At Meyer, we believe the holidays should be a special time. A time when families and friends can gather for the simple purpose of enjoying each other's company. From the gifts and decorations which make the moment, to the fresh ingredients that make the meal. Count on Meyer to bring the magic of the season to life with just one stop. We're always working harder to make the holidays a good deal better. Meyer. Bring more good to the holidays.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with a $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community. Except Bo Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station. Except Bo. The Fan.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. A stunning eternity band, a pair of classic diamond stud earrings, something new and eye-catching from a world-class designer, or maybe you're looking for that perfect engagement ring or a fabulous timepiece. At Diamonds Direct, we have the perfect gifts for the season, starting at around $500. Come and let our experts help you pick out that headliner gift. Or for some fabulous ideas, see the online seasonal gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. You can even chat now with a virtual assistant for the ultimate convenience. Whether you connect online or in person, you're guaranteed to get the extraordinary value, ironclad warranties, and white glove service Diamonds Direct is known for. And to help make your purchase even more affordable, we've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Steel holiday savings are here. Make room under the tree for gifts at the top of their wish list. Right now, power up the holidays with great deals on long-lasting tools. Find the perfect gift at your local Steel dealer or shop the Steel Holiday Gift Guide at steelusa.com.
Flexible, secure, fun. Oh, and great pay, too. Are you not sure what you want to do for a career? Or are you thinking of changing careers? Being a dental hygienist or dental assistant may be the perfect fit for you and provides all of these perks, plus more. Talk with a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org to learn more. Become a valuable member of the dental team and start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Expect a chilly start to our day with temperatures starting off in the teens. We'll see some more clouds to our north, but otherwise expect mostly cloudy skies throughout the afternoon with highs only around freezing, which is near our average low temperature for this time of year. Tonight we fall back into those upper teens and lower 20s with partly cloudy skies, and then Saturday we're looking at temperatures to top out around 40 degrees with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm meteorologist Erica Calora.
FanDuel is the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
If you make a wisecrack about Dayton pizza, Beamer will murder you dead.
Humor. I have it too.
This is Morning Juice.
What are you looking forward to here this weekend? I'm looking at the Battle of the Bricks. Like, that one's got some serious pop.
The rematch for the MAC?
That one's got some serious pop.
Bobcats haven't won, I think, a MAC title, I believe, since 69 or 67. It's been over 50 years.
It's been a long time.
I mean, they played for 5. They've lost them all.
Lost 30-20 to Miami earlier in the year.
Yeah. I watched them lose. It's a big win, though, for Notre Dame, though, Bodie.
25-point win, yeah.
That's
maybe if Miami wins. When is that game? Tonight or tomorrow?
Tomorrow at noon.
Tomorrow, maybe.
Oh, it's noon, yeah. I was hoping it'd be tonight. It historically had been at Ford Field on Friday night. I was going to go.
68, Bob. 68.
68. So I was.
They won at 67, 63, 67, 68.
And that was the last time.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for Miami to win that game. Army wins tonight. That's a resume booster to get up to the 5th seed.
Guys are already in. What does it matter? Your resume is just fine.
I still want that 5th seed, babe. I want Arizona State coming to South Bend in a couple weeks. I can't imagine they're too acclimated to the weather.
Those guys are not going to be about that life either. But my brother played I went in 2011. I was playing for the Lions. We went over, a bunch of my buddies in high school went to Ohio University, and they came up playing Friday night. It's great. They're all getting drunk. I've got a game to play. So on Sunday. So I'm probably maybe have a beer, not 7 or 8 beers.
Not 19.
I think they all stayed with me too. I don't know. But anyway, they had a 24-3 lead with 7 minutes to go.
Oh, no.
And since I told you they haven't won one since 68 Beam, you can only imagine how that game ended up.
That's a disaster.
It was rough. Some poor.
Who were they playing?
Northern Illinois.
Okay.
And Lynch was their quarterback. They were good, but they were up 24-3 with 7.5 minutes to go.
That's a tough one to eat.
Oh, I mean, I was like, they're celebrating. I mean, game was in hand.
As you would be.
You're up 3 scores.
They've only scored 3 points on you in 53 minutes.
Yeah, it was rough. So hopefully the Bobcats will be able to get some revenge. Solich could never win the title, and that stinks for him. But hopefully tonight, Tim Albin, who got his team rated, by the way. I mean, half of their team.
A lot of MAC teams did.
One of their guys, Rourke is playing. Kazmarek is here. I mean, they had a number of guys.
Yeah, Miami's kickers down at Bama.
They lost. We didn't lose him. We stole it. We know where he went. You lost your kicker. Chuck Martin's comment on it was amazing. We didn't lose him. We know exactly where he is. It's like, good for you, Chuck.
God, that was the best.
It was rough. So we got the conference championship games coming in. Northern Illinois, maybe, let me see what it was exactly. It was 20-0 at halftime, 20-7 with 7:36 to go.
Oh, so it's 20-7. Still doesn't make it good, but that's better than 24-3.
It's still a lot of points. For defense and playing well, and your offense have been scoring a lot. And it was.
All right.
Sorry. I got premature on that.
Let's play it. Whatever you're going to play whatever.
All right. Special teams, lost your kicker. Carter McLaughlin.
We didn't lose him. He's at Alabama. We know exactly.
I understand.
We know
that.
exactly where he's at. You media people, it's all pretend. Like, no, Alabama stole our kicker.
Yes,
they illegally recruited
I didn't want to say it,
illegally recruited our kicker and stole him from us. And like that's a fact. But that's but we act like it's not. We live in this la world. Like, hey, let's not talk. I don't know why everybody knows what's going on. So yeah, Alabama stole our kicker. A couple other schools try to steal it, but then what's the question?
It's one of the best cuts in college football this season.
We know where he is.
Yeah, no.
We didn't lose him.
I didn't take him. Didn't lose him. We know where he's at. They stole our kicker. Say it as they say. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. That'll be good.
Bobcats missed the 36-yard field goal in the second half of that one, too.
That's terrible. Well, maybe some revenge tonight. Exercise some old demons.
I think many of the other people in the state of Ohio can commiserate with the missing of a 36-yard field goal in a significant moment.
Pro or college fan, I think you can both get on board with that. I thought it was patently ridiculous that Urban had to release a statement yesterday that he wasn't coming back here to Ohio State. He said this on the Triple Option, which is the show that he does. It has come to my attention that there are reports speculating my return to the sidelines in Columbus. While I thoroughly enjoy my 7 seasons at Ohio State, at the Ohio State University, I have no interest in coaching again. I will always be a Buckeye and have full confidence in Ryan Day, his staff, and every player that puts on the scarlet and gray. The game has significantly changed since Urban last coached in 2018. Like, leaps and bounds. And the game had changed since when Tress had left in 2011 to then when Urban took over to when Urban left to what it is now. I mean, Bob, it's an entirely different game.
Reality's changed.
Yeah.
No one's bringing your milk to you in a saucer anymore. Like, you got to go out there. You got to hunt. Like, these players in recruiting, it's different. You have to re-recruit your players every year. And by the way that Urban talked to guys when he was coaching here, half the team would walk out. And that's not an Ohio State thing. Half the team would walk out anywhere and everywhere. And why do you think Nick Saban got out of it? And guys like this, they don't want to be a part of that anymore. Mm-hmm. And I don't think people realize how different it is. You say something, it's a fine line. And you have to be heavily relationship-based. Your players have to feel engaged and connected with you.
Look at Jeff Hafley, what he just did.
And I don't know.
And he's a young coach.
Yeah. And I don't know if Urban has that ability.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that's in him. People talk about, he's motivator and all these things. Like, listen, he's a great football coach. But I don't know if he has the innate ability to connect on a personal level to the degree that you need to maintain that relationship for 3 to 4 years to where you can talk firmly to someone and coach them and not have them just want to tuck tail and leave.
Well, and then you compare that with what Albert Breer said with us yesterday. And if you missed Albert, you can always go back and listen to the podcast about Mike Vrabel too, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just, everyone's like, hire Urban, hire Vrabel. It's like, well, I don't think Vrabes would be interested in coaching college at all. He has said that.
He's, quote, not a sentimental guy.
Not a sentimental guy.
I don't think
We'll actually take Vrabel in Dallas, though.
Now, that might be another option.
Bills, D.C.?
Maybe secondary or linebackers coach.
Yeah, there you
Or
go.
just, it's like
Star-studded.
Avengers. The
Avengers. It's like the Avengers.
Got Nick Saban coaching defensive backs.
That would be
Vrabel,
great.
linebackers.
Eric Bieniemy, offensive coordinator.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that'd be.
Who else can we get? Lincoln Riley. Actually,
he's going to UCF.
I want him to stay at USC, honestly.
He's going to UCF.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, they put in a big offer for him.
Too.
Yeah, they started swinging
that
for the fences.
That was another one, though. Speaking of, Gus Malzahn leaves a head coaching job to be the OC at Florida State, which, you want to talk about a program that's
They had a bad year.
Yes, they
did. They missed on the transfer portal. They had 40 guys come in. They had a rough year. Their over-under was the first team to hit in college football. Because I think they had, was it 9.5 or 10.5?
They missed it by
And by the third week, I think that ticket had already cashed. AJ Hawk, he's going to join us. We'll talk some holistic medicine with him next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. 33 eastbound still closed out in Marysville right near 245 because of a crash. Crews are working to clear up. Westbound lanes also slow moving. Again, that's right near 245. Down on the south side, 23 northbound got some lane closures in place as you're coming in from Circleville. And here in the downtown area, 670 westbound still a little bit slow moving near the 71 split due to a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Men, we hear it all the time. A man comes in to get his erectile dysfunction treated, and very soon thereafter, he tells us that his relationship is renewed. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and you should know that ED doesn't just affect you, it also often affects your partner. They can feel undesired, unwanted, they may even feel like you don't love them anymore. At Tri-State Men's Health, we've successfully treated thousands of men for ED with protocols that have success rates as high as 90%. Which means if you're like most men, we can get you back to the guy you used to be. You could even last up to an hour or more and find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and give your partner the gift of renewed love. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654. That's 800-900-9654. Or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Busy schedule? This is Ryan Krieger, and Krieger Ford has you covered. Krieger Ford offers pickup and delivery, or our mobile service van will come right to you. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today only at KriegerFord.com.
With the new made-in-house breakfast sandwiches at United Dairy Farmers, mornings are made for you. So whether you're heading into work or working from home, dropping off the kids at school or the dog at daycare, you're in for a treat, like a made this morning Canadian bacon, egg, and cheese croissant, and special seasonal donuts fresh from our family bakery. Add a cup of coffee you can make as bold and creamy as you like, and your morning's gonna be
perfect.
United Dairy Farmers breakfast, made for you.
Discover unbeatable value at Giant Eagle with deals for days. Stock up on delicious dips and appetizers to fresh bakery treats and more. These special prices are available for a limited time. Don't miss out on the chance to make your gatherings unforgettable. Visit Giant Eagle or Market District today.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no! Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island. We're back on the Nada Yada Island Confessions Show. Benny is about to tell us how he found two loves. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks to Metro, I found iPhone 12 and Apple Watch SE.
At Metro, get the perfect match of both iPhone 12 with 5G and Apple Watch SE for only $99.99. You heard that right. Both for just $99.99. Holidays with Nada Yada Yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number and ID, sign up for Metro Flex Plus, and add a watch line. Not available if you're with T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days. Limit 2 per account.
Why choose the Hinderer Motor Company? We don't just sell vehicles, we build relationships. This is Justin Hinderer. With 4 top-tier dealerships and a state-of-the-art collision center, we're here for you every step of the way. From our exclusive convenience service that handles everything from pickup to delivery, to our 24/7 towing and roadside assistance, we make your life easier. And every vehicle purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty because we believe in what we sell. Experience the difference and visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats. We've got some late-breaking news coming out of the stands. According to multiple sources, Vivid Seats fans are scoring rewards on every purchase and at a rapid pace. Obviously, these rewards are a game changer, and coupled with their MVP-worthy ticket selection, why get tickets anywhere else? Don't drop the ball this season. Shop with Vivid Seats and earn rewards on every ticket. And as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, Vivid Seats is offering you $20 off your first $200 ticket purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's majestic golden eagles and other less majestic birds taunting you through the baseball-sized hole in your new windows. It's soaring guitar solos performed through faulty wiring in your garage, which subsequently erupts into flames. It's also round-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of homeownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan. Bobby is known as the General. Beamer is known as Beamer. This is Morning Juice.
Well, Friday edition of the program. Brandon Beam, Bobby Carpenter, Sharky out on vacay. We got our man Bodie filling in for him, doing a tremendous job. Hey, at this time, every single Friday, we get to check with our good friend.
A man with many career achievements. Leading tackler in Centerville football history. Leading tackler in Green Bay Packers history. Still afraid of Larry Knopfsinger. And the crowning achievement, the third member of the Island Boys, A.J. Hawk.
Sponsored by FanDuel, the exclusive online sportsbook partner of Morning Juice. Just sign up at FanDuel.com/juice.
As we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline, check with our guy, A.J. Hawk. A.J., happy Friday to you. Can hear the engine revving on that truck. It sounds pretty awesome. Are you going to be in the new Aaron Rodgers documentary?
I don't know. I was actually around for a couple of different times when he had the little film crew following him, and I sat down for a little interview at the Kentucky Derby Saturday night of the races. So I don't know if they're actually going to use any of what I said. I hope they don't, but we will see, I guess.
So one of the things that we started talking about when this came out is, we had a mutual friend that was kind of involved with some stuff, with some of the holistic elements of life that would drive on up there. And, he's big into the energy fields and the infusions of those. I know he worked with Graham a lot, Harold up there. And Aaron, do you think there's a chance that he might be making a cameo and some of those energy transfusions could be a part of it?
That's an interesting question, Bob. Nothing would surprise me, really. I guess it's a 3-part docuseries, and this guy that you're talking about, our mutual friend, he seems to pop up all over the place. So maybe if he popped in there, honestly, I would not be shocked. But I know this film crew, I guess, they followed Aaron all over the world. I don't even know everything that they did, but I'm going to tune in and see what happened because it looks pretty interesting.
How about the 6 chief heart virtues in there, you think?
Most likely, yes. I would imagine the heart virtues always are in there.
Hey, did you hear Brent Olery step down as the Centerville head coach after leading them to the Final Four?
I did not actually. Why? What happened?
Wanted to spend more time with his family. I talked about being a better father, husband, brother, son, and all those things. I think he felt bad for beating Ron in the playoffs this year. The Beam asked me the question. He's like, better chances A.J. Hawk takes over Elk Nation or Urban Meyer returns to Ohio State?
Oh, boy. Well, I know Urban did put out that statement to talk about that. But, that Centerville gig would be amazing. That would be fun to try to mold the young minds of Centerville. But that's a full-time gig, man. Just being a coach, let alone teaching as well, that's a lot. It's a lot on you, I know. And people are, if you don't win day one, they want to fire you and kick you out of there. They feel like everyone else is a better coach. So I'm not going to sign up for that, but I don't know. Maybe you and Beamer can get down there.
Well, how about the Golden Boy, Mr. Ryan Hawk? He's in Centerville.
Why not? Yeah, Ryan's kind of all over the place, too. He's always traveling, working, giving speeches. But I think he could carve out some time to be the Centerville coach, maybe at least the offensive coordinator. I know if I was ever a coach, which I don't think I'd ever be a coach above like the 6th grade level for anything, I would bring Ryan Hawk in to be my offensive coordinator.
Do you think he would bring back the triple option, AJ?
I bet he would throw it in there. It wouldn't be the staple of what the offense did, but we would absolutely have a nice package of that and have to, rep that thing 200 to 300 times a practice like we did back then.
Yeah, listen, just hammer it out. It's like Novocaine, dude. Blunt force trauma, just getting it going, getting it working. How excited are we for potential home playoff game in the Horseshoe?
Man, that'd be so awesome. Like, just thinking about it, I'm getting pumped. I love this time of year. I love when it's freezing cold. It definitely feels like football season. And you're in a big game usually when you're playing out in the elements like this. But I can't imagine what the energy would be like. I know this year with the expanded playoffs, I can't wait to see how it all plays out. and it's right around the corner. So, man, if we could get a home playoff game, I would be so juiced. But as long as we go out there and we just take care of business and win, that's all that matters.
He is AJ Hawk with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. You were in the building this past Saturday, right, AJ, to see the Buckeyes lose against Michigan. Just your thoughts on what was kind of a disastrous performance from the offense, ultimately leading to an Ohio State loss in that game.
Yeah, I was there. I took a couple of my kids. One of my daughter's friends, they had a good experience. I mean, obviously right up until the end, we still had hope that they were going to pull that thing off. Yeah, it was. I was in the stadium a couple years ago too when we got beat that last time against Michigan, and it was a different feeling for sure, but almost like a disbelief. And I'm sure the players and coaches felt that way too. He felt like as long as there's time on the clock, we're going to figure it out. We're going to come back and we're going to win this thing. It might be an ugly, close victory, but we're going to make it happen. And they were unable to do that. But yeah, like just disappointing, disbelief for sure, but that's football, man. That's why it matters. It means so much to everybody. And the awesome thing is, hey, we still got a great opportunity in front of us, and a huge, you could make some history here and go on a run, and hopefully people will be pretty excited about that.
So you got a chance to be on Tress's podcast, just like Schleiks and I. You were the star of the show. He gave you your own, your own full pod. Schleiks and I had to kind of share it and split some time. Tress, I don't know if he was confused. I mean, I think, are you the real star of the Pat McAfee show? Are you the leader?
I am not. No, not by any means.
It was one of the great answers of all time, because then he started talking about Pat McAfee and Adam Vinatieri as like the odd couple, AJ, and I thought you handled yourself pretty well in that hot seat.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, Coach Tressel was there with Pat and with the Colts for a little while. But yeah, there's a reason that it's Pat's name. Yeah, I'm along for the ride. I enjoy myself. I have a great time on there. But yeah, Pat's the one. He's the one doing everything.
Why does J.J. Watt think you drink your own urine?
Why? Pat started this thing a little while back. He even mentioned it at the ESPYs that I drank my own pee because I thought it was a performance enhancer or something. But
it might be.
I've never even thought about it, to be honest with you. I don't. Even if they told me this would be great, you would jump higher, run faster, feel better. I don't think I would even do it. I wouldn't even want to drink an ounce of urine.
Oh, come on.
Doesn't sound like fun. I mean, it better have some unbelievable benefits, Bob. You better guarantee me I'm going to live till 175 at a high quality of life. I'm going to try to drink an ounce of urine.
Well, it's sterile and you like the taste. Well, out of you, Bob and Schleggs, who is the most likely to do that? Because I think you're fighting off pretty strong allegations here.
Oh no, I'd be fully transparent if I had tried it, or I did. But I'm sure Schleggs has been bored a few times on the road, driving around with a dip in his mouth, and he's just tried it every once in a while.
So I think Schleggs actually got some of my urine in his mouth. You remember when we used to kind of play some practical jokes and some hijinks, and I put that cup of pee up in the top part of his locker, and remember he popped it to open it up, and it kind of maybe sprayed in his face and went down his shirt. And I think some of it, he said, may have ended up in his mouth.
Yeah, I was there, Bob. I was there watching him. I was watching from not too far away, and yeah, he knocked the top of his locker, and his cup came falling down. And him being the good guy he is, he tries to catch the cup. And the cup, liquid went flying all over the place. He finally did catch the cup and then realized exactly what was in it, and then just got kind of disappointed and upset in his friends. I said, come on, guys. Why?
Well, he did get me back, because then he put that cup of pee, another one, in my pocket of my shorts. So I went to go, after practice, put them on, and I pulled them up, Beam, and I literally could feel like the liquid.
That's
I'm
awful.
I reached my hand in there. I'm terrible. Like, oh yeah. So I had to go home and then shower again. We did some ridiculous things. Maybe.
I do remember that, Bob. I think you even put your hand in your pocket to try to get your keys or something. Yes. And your hand just went right into a cup of pee.
Not even my own. I mean, I thought if there was going to be pee all over myself, it would at least be from me, not from somebody else. So I guess, it's a golden shower of sorts, Age.
Yeah.
Hey, you got all your Christmas shopping done, by the way? Where are we at on that?
No, I always throughout. So that's the thing. My wife sends me stuff throughout the year of like, hey, possible Christmas ideas, because she doesn't think I'm the best gift giver. I usually get her things that I think I would like as well, and she doesn't always think they're as cool. And I get her new machetes from Walmart and things, but she sends me stuff throughout the year. I just buy them right away, and then I hide them in the house, and now I'm in the process of trying to find them in the house. So
you forget
I know
what you
Clark
had.
Griswold did that back in the day, but yeah, I even asked her the other day. I said, hey, I got you some cool thing a couple months ago, and I hid it. I said, let me know if you find out where I hid that thing for you.
It's the best. AJ, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Enjoy your interview as the Centerville head football coach, and we'll check in again soon, all right?
All right. Thanks, guys. I'll see you.
There he goes. AJ Hawk with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We're going to reveal our fan poll next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and happy Friday. Right now we are still watching slow-moving traffic out in Marysville due to a closure on 33 eastbound. Right near 245, we've got all eastbound lanes closed and westbound lanes slow-moving. Here in the downtown area, 670 westbound also slow-moving right at the 71 split due to a crash. And on the south side coming in from Circleville, 23 northbound, expect some lane closures right as you're coming in from the downtown area. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Is your business generating over $1 million a year in revenue? If your financial advisory team isn't keeping pace, maybe it's time for a change. Here's Brad Hennebert with Premier Advisors.
Thanks, Bobby. Our team integrates financial planning and asset management with business accounting and tax preparation. Business owners have planning needs that are unique. We work with you to design a seamless financial services bundle tailored to your business with monthly or quarterly advisory consultations to help guide you along the way. We don't just keep score of what happened last year. Our team combines expert financial planning and wealth management with top-tier tax services, helping businesses like yours build wealth for you. Call us today at 614-524-4888. That's 614-524-4888.
Brad Hennebert is a registered representative offering securities through United Planners Financial Services. Member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through TCP Asset Management LLC. Tax services offered through Premier Tax CPAs. United Planners is not affiliated with TCP Asset Management, Premier Advisors, or Premier Tax CPAs.
Get your furnace fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from Classic 3-Cheese, Pepperoni, or Extreme Meat Pizza. Save big with a $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 1/7/25. See app for full terms.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. The holidays are here, and let's face it, it's easy to put on a few extra pounds between the parties, the food, and the stress. But this year, do something different and try semaglutide from Affinity Whole Health. Semaglutide is a game changer for weight loss. It'll help curb cravings and keep your energy up so you can tackle the holidays with ease. If you're thinking about TRT or already on it, they work together for amazing results. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Hello, the Buckeyes lost to Michigan again. If you're depressed, we're here for you. If you need to hear someone crazier than you rant and rave, we're here for you. If you want to pepper spray your own face, we're here for you. The Fan.
Ready for your chance at the next big thing? The Ohio Lottery's Mega Millions jackpot is up to $579 million. That's $579 million. And with drawings every Tuesday and Friday, Ohio's original big jackpot game is getting bigger every week. Play Mega Millions today. And while you're at it, pick up the new holiday scratch-offs like Holiday Cash, Holiday Lucky Times 10, and Merry Money, perfect for gifting or treating yourself. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Make the most of your holidays with the Kroger app. You can enjoy over $600 in digital coupons every week. Get access to low prices and earn fuel points to save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. The Kroger app makes it easy to save this holiday season. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save on private selection Angus 90% lean ground sirloin. 1 pound packages are $5.99 each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
On October 21st, 2006, Michigan State found themselves down 38-3 with less than 10 minutes to go in the third quarter, and they made that initial deficit like it never even happened, scoring 38 straight points to win 41-38.
Incomplete.
ball game is over. The Michigan State Spartans in one of the greatest comebacks in Michigan State football history.
Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Hey folks, when it comes to Christmas trees, don't get played by foreign plastic. Just like you wouldn't replace a prize QB with a mannequin. Don't replace American Farm Fresh trees with fake foreign plastic. These farm families are the MVPs of Christmas, growing champions right here on American soil. They're not sitting on the bench. They're out there every day growing real Christmas traditions. Make the winning choice, Farm Fresh Christmas trees, not foreign plastic that pollutes. Visit GetRealKeepItReal.com to find your local farm MVP.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Expect a cold start to our Friday morning with temperatures in the teens. We rise only to about 32 for the afternoon under mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Temperatures will be between 10 and 15 degrees below normal for this time of year. Tonight will drop down to around 20 degrees under mostly clear to partly cloudy skies. And tomorrow, I expect sun and some clouds with highs around 40 degrees. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm meteorologist Erica Calora.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Counting down the days until Sharks' retirement. You are listening to Morning Juice.
The college football playoff selections announced noon this Sunday. You can tune in at noon as the Fan and 10 TV present Chasing the Championship, sponsored by Logan Services. Join 10 TV's Dom Taberry, Adam King, along with the Timmy Hall and Dane Sonsenbacher from the Fan as they break down the Buckeyes' first-round matchup. It's a digital-only show streaming live on the Fan's YouTube channel and 10 TV Plus. Don't miss out on the action. You can watch Sunday at noon. Uncle Bo and the boys are going to be up after we're done. Timmy May, he's going to join the program coming up here at 10:33. Tyvis is in studio today. So talk all the football from last night, Thursday night football championship weekend. Yeah, what game has the most intrigue to you? I know we were talking about Battle of the Bricks. We'll be watching that. It's not really a college football playoff spot on the line, but an opportunity, of course, for OU to track down their first conference title since 1968. Like, that's great. I'm excited to watch that. Two bitter rivals. That'll be fantastic. But outside of that game, Bob, where are you looking at here on this conference championship?
I think that SMU-Clemson game has the greatest level of intrigue because if SMU loses a close one, do they stay in? And so I'll be watching that. And plus, like, SMU is the Johnny-come-lately. They're the team that was in the group of 5 last year, elevated to the ACC.
For all the money, right?
No money. Yeah. We'll come in here and we'll go kill you in your shop. Yeah. And they show up there and they run the table in the ACC. They're playing Clemson, who kind of, I mean, you'd have to argue, I know that they have been great the last 2 years, but they're still kind of the de facto king, I think, of the ACC.
Yeah.
And they have a chance to dethrone them and get that college football playoff spot, which everybody else in the ACC is probably thinking, how did this happen? And that would only, I know Bo talks about this all the time, like embolden the pony boosters. Like the Express will be back.
Yeah, they're not short of it.
If they go get to the CFP and they would be getting a home,
they'd be getting a bye.
Yeah, they'd be getting a bye, not a home game. But they'd be getting a bye. Like, I mean, I think that booster, the alumni network, in Dallas, it is wealthy and it is coming out of the woodwork, and I think they would probably be a top 10 contender from here on out.
So it's wild because SMU's options is likely this. Like, they either win the game tomorrow against Clemson, get a bye in the first round of the playoffs, or on the opposite side, they lose to Clemson. Clemson would get a bye in the playoffs. SMU drops from having a home game to potentially out of the playoffs and not even having a game at all. Or if they are in there, they would be 12, a road team.
Yeah. They'd probably be the 12 and going to play the 5. So that's kind of their option. So
unless UNLV wins tonight, then they'll likely be the 12.
Yes. And so we'll know that going into tomorrow. But I think that game has the biggest level of intrigue. And then also that SEC game, because it's a rematch. And Georgia spanked Texas in Austin. And curious to see if that would happen again.
I was listening to a little bit of this earlier in the week. This is from Andy and Ari. This was Rhett Lashley, the SMU coach, talking about the situation which the Ponies find themselves in this week.
If the worst happens this year, do you think coaches will start to consider doing crazy things like not playing or benching players or doing things?
If our team all got COVID today and didn't play, we're in. Wow. We're in, right?
No.
We don't have another data point to drop us below anybody that's behind us.
Based on what happened in 2020, that's how it would go. Yeah.
I think if you open up that door, you're going to see a lot of people do a lot of crazy things. Yes, we're not going to. We're going to go play in Charlotte, and we're going to try to compete for our championship because that's the right thing to do. That's what competitors do. We value an opportunity to share the field with someone like Clemson, a fantastic team, and try to do something special. And so like I said, I'm going to choose to believe that on Sunday that the right thing will be done as well on the other end.
So here's the thing. You say if you didn't have COVID, no, you'd forfeit, and so you wouldn't win your conference championship. That's the only way that is securing you to get in. Like,
totally securing you.
I guess the argument would be is we're at 8th right now. If we don't have a loss.
If we weren't in the game and we were in the field, what's the benefit of playing in the game?
And that's
if we lose.
And you would say, like, well, nobody behind them should jump them. Well, Clemson's got to jump you. So that bumps you, but in theory, like, well, that would just bump us to 9. So we still should technically be in. And I don't necessarily disagree with that. But, like, people, like, sitting out of – Lane brought that up.
Yeah.
Like, in the ACC and Pac-12 or Big 12, maybe, Big 10 and SEC, and I said this before when Ohio State, I thought, would be going, if you lose the Big 10 championship game, you should be the 5 or the 6 seed.
Yeah.
Based upon what we're seeing. Now, Notre Dame, I think, has a good argument to make to be in the 5 or 6 hole since they can't get a bye. But I think the other two, the 5, 6, and 7, are going to be occupied by the Big Ten champ SEC and Notre Dame. And I don't know the order. I'm guessing it would probably be Big Ten champ first.
It depends on how these games look.
Some of it depends how the games look. You know, and I think Notre Dame could be 6. Maybe they flip. I don't know. The argument would be made like if Penn State gets boat raced, that Ohio State beat them head to head. You got similar conference losses, but that was like they played in the conference championship. You know, I'm like, it's tough to argue that. I made that argument before. I'm not going to try to change the facts now just to fit what I would like to see happen.
Because they lost 1 game to Ohio State. Ohio State lost 2 games.
Yes.
You know, like it is hard. So I'm with you that I think 5, 6, 7 will be some sort of collection of Notre Dame, loser of the SEC, loser of the Big Ten. And then Ohio State's pretty much locked in there. Unless you get to Penn State and the committee's going to go head-to-head. But what they said last week is that they can't really improve their spot. So I don't know how that would happen with them going back on their word. But again, they can make up the rules as it goes because we've seen that from time to time with this committee. So we'll see. Before we get out of here today, our fan poll at 971thefan.com or on Twitter at 971thefan. Who wins the Battle of the Bricks MAC championship game?
Ooh.
The Red Hawks or the Bobcats? How do you think this is going?
I'm rolling with the Bobcats.
How do you think this vote is?
I think it's Bobcats. It's probably more OU fans here than Miami.
70-30.
Yeah.
70-30 Bobcats.
A lot of people from Columbus go to Ohio.
Meredith's whole family went to Miami.
Did Reeser hack into that voting by chance?
Yeah, I think does Reese have
team favorite?
Reese have access? Yeah, 30-20 Bobcats lost against Miami earlier on. We'll see what happens.
It's not revenge they're after, Beam. It's the reckoning.
That's correct. Bob, I had so much fun with you this week. What do you say we reconvene Monday morning if they allow us? You good with that?
Let's do it.
Everybody have an awesome weekend. Uncle Bo and the boys, they're up next. We are back live on Monday to break down where the Buckeyes will be playing, who they'll be playing in the college football playoff. Everybody have an awesome weekend. Talk to you Monday. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and happy Friday. Right now we are still watching slow-moving traffic out in Marysville due to a closure on 33 eastbound. Right near 245, we've got all eastbound lanes closed and westbound lanes slow-moving. Here in the downtown area, 670 westbound also slow-moving right at the 71 split due to a crash. And on the south side coming in from Circleville, 23 northbound, expect some lane closures right as you're coming in from the downtown area. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
This is a fan action update.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit primesportsbook.com and use the promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100. 3 conference championship games on tonight, including the playoff spot on the line in the Mountain West. Boise State's a 3.5-point favorite over UNLV. In the American, Tulane's a 5.5-point favorite over Army. And the Conference USA Championship has Jacksonville State, a 4.5-point favorite over Western Kentucky. For your Prime Sports action update, I'm Scotty Vegas.
What's your favorite way to spend time? With family, friends, grabbing some alone time because you need a little space from your family and friends? One thing's for sure, it's not an unexpected stay in a hospital. Unfortunately, last year, flu and COVID hospitalized 1.3 million adults, and nearly 1 million of them were 65 or older. So get your updated vaccines, and don't let flu or COVID interrupt your life. Risk less, do more. Get started at vaccines.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Year-end pricing. New Kias under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
$5? You see, Max, the holidays drive everyone crazy. Especially Great Lakes Kia.
Hi, mister. Did you hear? Year-end pricing.
Thanks, kid, but my credit's in the doghouse. No offense, Max.
If you've got a job, you ride.
A job, eh? Go on.
Lease new Kia K4, K5, and Sorrentos. All three under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
That's only $149 a month for 24 months.
New 25 Kia K5 LXS, K4 LXS, and Sorrento LX. Standard with third row seating. All three under $5 a day. Save thousands.
Thousands?
And we have 0% financing.
I'm warm. I'm tingly. I can't take it.
You're happy.
New Kias under $5 a day.
During the season of New Tradition sales event.
Great cars.
Great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BIKE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BIKE to 321-321. That's BIKE to 321-321.